All right, Mikey, I see you. That's good. I'm just waiting for you, man. You know I wouldn't start the show without you. I'm actually fucking around with the new stream stuff. See, we got the ending. Be right back, which I haven't plugged in anything yet. This is going to be the new layout for the chat. We'll see what happens, but I don't think the widgets are working. Whatever. I know you're just being pompous, bro. I get it. I'm just fucking with you, alright? It's all good. Alright. Hey, what up? Welcome. Who cares? Alright, that's enough. That's enough regulars. Let's get the shit started, shall we? I don't give a fuck. Let's fucking do this shit. Here we fucking go. Hello and welcome to whatever the fuck this is yet again. Look at this. Look at this. We got new stuff. I got sick of looking at all those boxes where everybody's fucking saying, yeah, see, this sucks. Look at that. It doesn't even notify you of these Twitch bits. This is going to be the last time we use this feature right here. It also, this camera is like right in front of the, all right, hold on. We're going to do some on the fly stuff. We're going to do this and then we're going to do this. And then we're going to see about moving all that shit around. I don't know. Can you see the chat room? This is fucking weird, man. I don't think I like this one, but you know what? Here's the thing. Every day we're going to be trying, we're going to be struggling, we're going to be doing whatever we can to make this a better product for you to watch. So, you know, that process itself is going to be very trial and error, as we've explained before. So, you know, let's just deal with it, okay? I'm trying my best here, all right? Stop busting my goddamn balls, you ball busting fucks. You know who you are. You know who you are. We got a really fun show for you tonight. We've got a lot of really weird people that we just have completely in the queue right now. I know we do guests a little bit later usually, but it's all good. Let's start out by, we'll call up our good friend Dave and see how things are heading for him. Hold on one second. I can call you from here. Let's go. All right. You know what? Here, hold on. Let's do this a little different, guys. First off, thank you. Welcome everybody that is here, taking part in, again, whatever the fuck this ends up being. I appreciate it. Thank you so much to all of you. It means so much that you're here, and I don't express emotions very well, so if I'm telling you it means a lot, you know it means a lot. That's how it fucking works. That's how we're down. We have a lot of fun stuff to get to, but I think first and foremost we should give our good friend Motor City Dave a call, because he has been trying to call in for a grip and not been able to because he has a kid. So let's see if we can't get the volume up. Can you guys hear that all right? How's the volume on your end?
Hey, Corey.
Hey, what up? What is that noise, Dad?
Yeah, that's my friend.
That's your friend?
Corey. Sorry, that's Isla in the background.
Okay.
But
how are you, sir?
I'm good.
Good. We're live.
Are you live on your show right now?
I am live on my show right now. I figured that you told me that it might be okay, so I figure I would call and get it out of the way real quick, real early. What do you Okay. Obviously, your kid doesn't respect the importance of media coverage.
No, she does not. She is playing in the bath.
I blame you. This is all your fault. What do you? How are you surviving all this, man? You're working from home, right?
Yeah, I've been working from home for just about 2 weeks now.
Okay. How
how
is being cooped up with your family in your house?
Building.
What?
2 Wednesdays ago, and I found out 2 Mondays ago that they were on the same floor as me. And mind you, it's a big floor in an office building, about the size of 2.5 football fields.
Wow.
So
that's kind of crazy. I picked a new theme this week for my graphics, and I think I already hate it.
Yeah, you were mentioning that on your show last night. I was thinking I might be able to look at that and see how to customize it. But
yeah, I mean, it's all overlays. It's just a matter of having the time, you know. And thank you for all the cheers. There's a bit party going on right now. They are trying to start this hype train up. How do you feel? I know you're not the biggest of Democrats, and I know you're not a Republican, but, like, how do you feel about what's going on with the government right now as far as, like, people seem to be cheering martial law right now?
Well, I think martial law is certainly not off the table.
Well, I mean, there's stay-in shelters in order in cities already, so I mean, it's already on the table. It's already being dished up.
Oh, it's a misdemeanor right now to be out in Michigan.
Just think of like if you get a place where it becomes a felony, and now you can basically make somebody a felon so they can't vote because they were outside. Like, just think about the implications of that.
Well, the protests in Hong Kong stopped a while ago.
The what did?
The protests in Hong Kong, they all came to a pretty abrupt stop.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you engineer a plague, maybe? I mean, it's weird, though.
Yeah, there's not much freedom of speech, I guess, was my point there.
No, but, China is known for a lot of things. Their freedom of speech and not suppressing people in their society is not one of them. That's not one of their go-tos. Do you think it's racist to go after the Chinese government?
No, not the government, but I think there's a lot of racism right now towards Chinese Americans and just foreigners in general.
And I know that you're a pretty smart guy. You're one of my smarter friends. Like it's kind of weird how they kind of seem like they're prepping for World War III, right? Like if this ends up being a depression, the way to get out of that is war, and it just kind of seems like they're just throwing out the seeds. Like, oh, if it grows, who cares?
Well, right, and we've heard from the beginning. There's been the conspiracy theories that this was an engineered virus and a weapon.
Right,
And
which I still, I mean,
now we're at war against a virus.
yeah. Well, and I still
It
hold.
does
I
sound
mean,
like if they were to discover who made a virus, if it turns out to be man-made, there would definitely be a war.
oh, absolutely. I mean, you're looking at if there ends up being a virus, or like if the virus ends up coming back. And here's the thing, I'm not like I suspect that the Chinese government did. I don't think that they did it to like control the world. I think that it was the end goal is just to stop the Hong Kong protesters, because this is a government that has a history of gassing people, and you can't really do that in the modern era. So you have to figure out new ways to suppress people.
I wouldn't go that far. I don't think they would, basically cripple their economy for a year as like a subtle.
But I mean, if they were doing it as an act of war, because now they're aligning with
to
Pakistan
infect their
and Russia
enemies.
for a new fiat currency. I mean, there's strategic advantages to it.
Well, there's two sides to. There's always opportunity when there's change, but I don't think anyone would do this to themselves to create that kind of opportunity. It's just too, I guess, Machiavellian. There's a word for it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, China's pretty authoritarian, and the higher ups are very Machiavellian. I mean, if this were us, or like if this were any other country besides China and probably the U.S., because I by no means trust our government. That's not what I'm pushing here. Like, it's just a really it's just a weird coincidence, and then all the suppression and all the stuff you can look up factually, it's crazy. I mean, they basically just made this happen to everybody else by not accurately reporting the fucking numbers.
Well, I don't think anyone realized how scary it was. My company is, they're a worldwide company, and they'd already been dealing with this, back, in January.
Did you hear ripples of it coming through your company before you ever heard it, like, on TV and stuff?
Yeah, we knew about supply chain disruptions from China, back in January.
So, like in
Everything
January,
shut down
like
over
early January or late January?
By late January, like I was aware of just things weren't getting made to get shipped.
Okay.
Like everyone was at home, all the factories were closed, and that disrupted, operations. I can't get into details because.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm not. I mean, that's kind of why I
like.
sidestepped over it. Nobody's trying to make it so you expose yourself. I'm not gonna expose my leads, bro.
But,
that's why I also just referred to you as your Twitch name. I haven't even said your name, Sean.
Well, I know that this has been serious since the start. I mean, even we didn't know it was going to spread though.
Okay.
And that was the shocker. No one really thought that it would start spreading around the globe this fast.
Sure.
But back in February, my company had posters that they made of like how to wash your hands was one of them, and like the 8 things for like social distancing and like not shaking hands and all sorts of things, coughing to your elbow. Like sort of best practices during this pandemic.
Sure. And do you think that that's something that they got right? Like, I mean, do you think in the grand scheme of things they did this correctly? Like, I mean, do you think if the government had followed toe of your company, do you think we'd be in a better spot, or do you think they were just being overreactive at the beginning? Like, where do you sit with this whole pandemic?
I think if the president took it seriously, we definitely would have been in a different spot. I mean,
well, and I think that's an important
called
part too, because I think him being president kind of torched a lot of it,
and laughed away. And it's only going to affect a very small sliver of our population. And now you've got the youngest people, rebelling against the fact that they've got to contribute for the better good, because they're getting screwed over by the oldest people.
Yeah, but that's kind of consistent with the message. I mean, like, I've seen all these 20-somethings say fuck boomers, eliminate them for like the last 2 years. So I actually, like, I kind of respect the people that are heeding no warning, and they're like, all right, I'm going to get sick, and then I'm going to fucking, like, Lisa Simpson goes to Washington on this shit, and then we're going to fucking feel the burn, or whatever people say these days.
Well, I lived in Germany for a few years, so they pay higher taxes there, and as a result, they get much more robust services than we do. And the services that we get are services that we pay an arm and a leg for here for just a little bit more taxes.
Yep.
I mean, their average tax rate is like, I think the top tax rate for normal upper middle class is somewhere like 35 to 40%, like as you start going into the hundreds of thousands. But they get free college, like you just don't pay tuition for any like graduate work, undergraduate. That's why
all right,
a lot
Mikey
of them
Two
have,
Milks
like,
and
multiple
Bad
PhDs.
Mechanic, thank you for the bits. That's awesome. Real Donald Trump, thank you for the bits. Cheeseburger Pie, thanks for the bits.
Their health care over there is the other thing, is they pay a lot in taxes, but if you're on the public system, because they've got sort of a bifurcated healthcare system, so they've got the public option and then they've got private insurance, and once you cross over, you're stuck unless you have like a qualifying event to move back to the public.
Oh, really?
And with the public, you don't pay an insurance premium, but you're on the public insurance. But I guess there's a lot longer wait for queues for like doctor's appointments, because people with private insurance, you get to jump the queue because private insurance, I guess, pays more.
Mm-hmm.
So doctors are, they want to get as much of that scheduled as possible. But, for what they pay in taxes, they get a lot of services, and their government isn't, they're very, I guess, vigilant about government overreach there now. And they try to keep their government fairly powerless, and they know that, it's not going to be efficient, but, at least it's going to be done without trying to screw us, which is what happens when you leave things to capitalism.
Not always.
It's like, well, I mean, look at drug companies. They're not trying to make cures. That's not good for business. They're trying to make treatments.
You cannot say that drug companies are a free market.
Life.
They're not a free market, though. Look at how many legislations are in place to stop, to just prevent what drug companies can. For every single monopoly, people point out, I can show you legislation of how we got there. People love to shit on the free market, but the problem is you can't start over. I think you need regulations now a little bit just because you've had them there.
When it's pure greed driving your corporate aims, you would never develop a cure for something you could treat for
greed is a very easily manipulated commodity, though. I mean, when you're talking, that's why the government's more scary to me than the private business sector. Greed, I can always account for greed and strategize around it. It's very easy to make greed work around. Take private prisons. Everybody hates private prisons. And the reason why is because they're being incentivized to keep people held hostage. They could easily be incentivized on people that they paroled, and then you could be taking that greed and making it work for the better good of everybody. I mean, greed is a very easy commodity to strategize around. The problem is with Big Pharma is that the time to legislate was 50, 60 years ago, but the legislation that they put into place just went into people's pockets. I mean, it might even be on the foot of lobbyists if we're honest, but I don't know.
Well, here's the thing: is things like drug research and all that, it won't always be profitable. I mean, correct. Right now, you've got this COVID drug. I think Gilead is developing, and I'm hesitant to talk about this because I may have the names completely wrong, but there is a major drug maker out there.
Then. It doesn't really matter. The names don't matter.
That is making coronavirus vaccine, and they're classifying it as a treatment for a rare drug. So they get exclusivity over manufacturing it, and they get to charge premium prices for it.
Sure.
Which is just outrageous because it's not. I mean, they're basically getting a handout for doing that, where, if we wanted to be useful to the public at large, it wouldn't be classified that way, and you'd have, 10 other companies manufacturing it as soon as it's, proven.
Oh, I agree with that. I mean, the way that you patent drugs is kind of a weird system in this country. I mean, I think like the main thing though is that I think that this whole situation is just becoming way worse because people just don't like or trust Donald Trump. I think like it's really interesting to watch how the swine flu pandemic played out because I think that there was a general trust by the public of Obama. I'm not going to speak on whether or not he earned or deserved that trust. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that in general, even if you were opposed to Obama, there was a certain aspect where you're like, this man
He
at
carried
least
himself
seems
with the dignity of the office that you would expect from a president of the United States of America.
Correct.
His bearing and his manner of speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And our current president is an uncouth buffoon. You mean that difference?
Well, I mean, here's
he's
the
racist in a way that could actually start world wars.
Well, but I mean, you could make that argument with a
like
lot of
when
people.
he's saying it's a Chinese virus over and over again. Is he accusing the Chinese of engineering the virus and attacking us with it? Are we now at war with China?
I mean, he's saying it came from China, right? Because it's like all the science says it comes from China right now. That's what I'm talking about. And like, I think if the left didn't react to him the first time he said the China virus, like he would be done doing it. The thing that does, like, I think a lot of people that fall on the left of the spectrum in our country don't realize, especially with this dude, is that this dude's only out there to outrage people. If nobody got outraged, he would move on to the next topic because there's nothing to wring out there. You know, it's like a washcloth. He's just going to wring it out till the shock and awe is gone.
No, I think it's completely irresponsible to like try to shape public opinion that way because it's causing
right, but it's also par
against...
for the course for this president. And I think the biggest problem is that this president is, amongst a lot of other things, a reflection of us as Americans.
Sexual assault is par for the course with this president.
Sexual assault is par for the course with every president.
Okay, but this one, I mean, he's trying to make it so that you don't know who got the funds in this bailout package that he's going to manage, but sure. He's not going to tell anyone who gets all the money until after the election.
I mean, that's a whole different issue than the sexual assault. No
transparency at all. I mean, that's just as corrupt as it gets.
I mean, of course, there's corruption. Nobody's saying that. I didn't vote for him. You didn't vote for him. What I'm saying is that this is a reflection of where our society is at. And that's just what it is, and it sucks. But it's the thing about Trump that I keep telling people you have to keep in mind is that this dude is the symptom. We're the disease.
Well, I voted in my primaries, I voted in the elections, and yet here we still are. So, I voted.
It's only because you get one vote, buddy. I'll try to get you two next time.
Well, we just got to get more people to actually get out and vote instead of staying home and protest. Because even a protest vote can say something into, changing, how candidates strategize to pull a big enough voter block to win.
Yeah, well, I think that's kind of the whole problem with Trump as a campaign strategy going forward is that with a celebrity, you can't really handle it doesn't really work to Machiavellian the prince him because the reality is it's the Howard Stern effect. The people that hate him are going to watch and the people that love him are going to watch. And looks like Mikey Two Milks gifted a sub to Toxic Blood. That's pretty awesome. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you, Toxic, for being in here. What do you think the realistic time frame for this whole thing to be resolved, the coronavirus? Like, when would you expect it to be done? Because I know he went on TV today and said Easter. I just don't think that's feasible.
Well, Easter's actually a fairly reasonable number if the whole nation goes on lockdown.
Which I think they're not.
Where it's like a misdemeanor to go outside. 3 weeks with, stay-at-home orders and very temporary, because you're not really under quarantine.
Correct.
You don't have an armed force outside your home keeping you in there so that you don't go out and spread it if you don't know that you're sick. And we don't know how many people are going to be sick. So it's kind of scary that you've got the UK coming back and saying there were millions of people out there that, are coming up with the, what do you call it, the signs of immunity that we just had no idea even got sick. the antibodies. They've got the COVID antibodies without ever having been.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, it's what really scares me are the numbers of people getting reinfected. That's the thing that's super interesting to me.
Well, I think that's how much does this virus mutate? And how many different strains are we dealing with? Because you've got your seasonal influenza. There's different main strains that the scientists target year to year. And sometimes they get it right and sometimes they get it wrong as to whether or not the flu shot's going to be effective.
Right. Well, and then you probably have a bunch of people that are going to go all full anti-vaxxer on this crap. I mean, like that's the real problem is just people don't listen to what they're supposed to do. And I mean,
the more it spreads, the more generations it has, and that means the more mutations it could possibly have. So we want to like lock that down, so it doesn't become harder to solve.
Sure. All right. Well, we're gonna get moving along, but thank you for calling in. I really wanted to talk to you. I know we're not really able to go into what you do for a living, but trust me when I tell you guys, he's real qualified.
You know, the funny thing is I was going through my mail because I'm stuck at home now. I found my census form.
Yeah.
And I was, thinking about, wait, so now everybody has to stay at home, and they're asking, who's going to be in your house on April 1st?
Yep.
For like the purposes of the census, and they could actually come and check.
Yeah. Well, and they also in LA. Yeah, but in LA, like the first day of the stay in shelter, they went in and grabbed immigrants. Like they grabbed them. They just grabbed people from their houses when they told them to stay in.
Yeah. Well, Rikers screwed.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at that.
Well, did you see Harvey got it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he got transferred out of Rikers.
So funny. So funny.
Yeah, and there's no way that prisoners can socially isolate.
But he's going to he's going to solitary confinement, and if we know anything, that's not going to really work out well, most likely.
Well, that's where all the medical supplies that he bought and had shipped there can arrive without the other inmates rioting.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, sounds like you have a lot to do with a little girl that's yelly. So thank you so much for calling in.
She's brushing her doll's hairs right now, and I need to make sure she gets her hair washed. So
okay.
Well,
you go do dad stuff, and it was really great talking to you, man. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right. Well, you have a good one.
All right. You too. Bye. That is Motor City Dave. That is one of my friends that I've known since high school, and again, he does like some real serious shit, and he really knows what he's talking about on a lot of it, so he can't really talk about a lot of it because he's a very important person, and he, I think last I checked, has a security clearance. So, I mean, that's why I was really interested to get him on here and get his opinion, even though Mikey hates the fact that he didn't like Trump or whatever. So, let's see here. We got to move all this stuff over. This new format, man, I don't know what we're going to do with these new overlays. Let's do like that, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? We'll probably not use this one again. I got real sick of the old layout, guys, so I changed it for this one, but I changed it a little bit too soon, and I didn't really know what I was doing, so we're kind of just fucking with it all as we go here. So hopefully that will... Whoa, shit. There we go. Boom. Pretty good. All right. Let's see here. Fam, I fall edge, toxic blood. What don't you have in here? The hell, zero's coming up on my 1 year. That's pretty cool. Yeah, 1 year on Twitch. That's right. Yes, Johnny K. People are reinfecting. You know what? Let's go over, and we will grab some Dave Ekblad again to go over a little bit of an update on some of the numbers that we're seeing, since he is the one that provided us with that super rad graph not too long ago. Let's see if we can we do this? No? It's getting so hard, you guys. So hard. I don't know what the fuck happened. I guess we can just go and pop up the first story, which will be, let's see. Well, first let's talk to Dave. Let's get Dave on here. See what Dave is up to. When we're doing that, we'll grab a different picture of him, I guess. Or, he'll just ignore us, leave us out to go. Ran out of thoughts. Thanks for the subscription. I wish that these widgets were working, but they're not. What's really weird is I can make these widgets. All right, he's not. Who cares? Let's talk to Johnny. Let's go to Johnny fucking K, shall we? Like, what good is having all these fun times if we can't bring our buddies in on it? Oh, man, my eye. There's something in my eye earlier today, and it's not getting any better, and there's no way that gets better from doing nothing, would be my guess. But hold on. Here we go. Johnny fucking Giggles show? Oh, Giggle Shoes? Could be.
Hey, what's up, dude?
What up, bro?
Nice to see you on your show here. I've got you on my TV so I can see whatever you throw up on the screen.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm currently just... Oh, there it is. I was currently just looking for what picture we would use for you today.
If you have
and then
a
I
monkey plowing a football is probably fitting.
And then I immediately found it. What?
So if you have a monkey plowing a football, that's probably fitting.
Why do you need to plow a football, bro?
I don't know, because I don't get a lot of action. I'm just looking to hit an end zone. Dude, how is this stuff affecting you, man? I know I'm going nuts sitting inside all the time. I can only imagine how you're doing. Like,
honestly, like, the staying inside doesn't really bother me that much. Like, it probably should, but whatever. I'm just trying to... Mainly, I'm just trying to get through this show because I'm so pissed at this new background I picked, and I didn't really check into it. And it's not like... I got all these super dope sound effects. Like, here, I'll show people.
God, I'm ugly. Sweet
yeah, you are.
Jesus.
Check this shit out, though. So, okay, we'll go to this stage, right? So now if you follow or you donate, like it should. See that? Like, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
But the problem is, for whatever reason, however I set it up, it only does that on the start screen. It doesn't do that on the thing. So yeah, here, somebody give bits or a subscription right now, and we'll see it. It'll go up, and you'll get credit for it in this little widget thing. But yeah, it's weird because I was working a bunch to get this to work, and I got everything to work on this page. But then when I went to go try to get it to the other page, I couldn't. So you just did. There you go. Yeah, see? Like, how cool is that, right?
Nice. I don't know, man. I can't do any of that shit, so, like...
Well, I'm trying to get better, but it's like, whatever.
I don't know, man. I think you're doing pretty good considering.
I think we can do... You know what we can do, though? You know what we can do? We can pop...
What can we do?
I think I can do this. Hold on. I got an idea. I got a fucking idea.
I got a plan.
I do have a fucking plan. I've got a fucking plan. All right. Everybody can see that? All right. Somebody donate a bit right now. Let's see if we can have it on Johnny and get that sound effect we want. I feel like it's better than it was, but I don't know. That orange background was fine, and it did everything I wanted it to. The problem was... Yeah, see?
Well, I don't have the sound on my TV, so it doesn't come through on my TV.
But it's so weird because, like, again, you just go to this screen right here, which is what I wanted to have for this whole show, and the alerts just don't work there. It's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can pop it here. What's really funny is I'm trying to fix everything while it goes. So. Wait, can I do this? Oh, shit. I think I might have figured it out. Try it now. Somebody try it now. I think I just figured it out. You gifted a sub to Johnny K and got one yourself? All right, somebody do this. I think I figured it out. I don't know for sure. That's just Facebook. Stop fucking messaging me on Facebook over there. Yes! Yes, I fucking did it! That's called in-game tech support, son. Yeah! That's how you fucking do that shit, bro.
That's how you own the noobs.
Okay, so what?
Yeah, I am worried that, like, all this crap is going way too far, and, like, the repercussions on the economic side are going to be way worse. And I'm one of the people that's supposedly at risk. So people are like, oh, you want people to die? Like, I'm one of the people that should be like, oh, we should all stay safe. And I'm just like, is it worth it? I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm weird.
I think you are weird, but that's okay. I mean, it's okay to be weird, man. Like, that's not a bad thing.
Cool.
Oh, shit. You hear that one? Oh, what? Oh, yeah, baby. Oh. Thank you to Cheeseburger Pie for donating a subscription to Tavares79. Getting all those subs up, baby. There's going to be a hype train before too long.
Oh, shit. But yeah,
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I-
This sound effect thing is great. I'm so glad I figured this shit out. You know, like this, like, so I'm going to still change this background tomorrow, and I'm going to figure everything out the way that I want it. But this makes me so happy that I got this working, even though this noise will just come out of nowhere all the time. So, all right, back to you. Let's stop being selfish, and let's talk to you here, buddy.
About what? For me, this is oddly similar of where I was like a year or two ago when I was
there's like
at home
for you there's no
every
real
day.
change, right?
It's not a huge change. That's the thing. I was just starting to get out more and do more stuff. So for me, it was like I was coming out of the gate, my first comedy show. We had the Steel Toe season wrapping up. I had a lot of stuff like gigs happening and things. And I got my own car now, so I was gonna like be coming up to your mic at Sisyphus and other mics in the cities all the time whenever I want. And now all this crap happens, and I'm like, back on house arrest. Here we go. So yeah, it's not hugely different for me, but it's depressing because I was planning to be doing a lot more right now. So
It's like you just got your shit together just in time for the end of the world.
Just for it all to fall apart. Like Gary was talking to me about maybe having a gig at the station and stuff, and now all this because they were going to be rebranding and re-imaging some of the stations, and so he's like, we might need you, and I was like, oh sweet, and yeah, all that's all on hold. So like I'm slowed down. It's not as bad though because I'm not relying solely on all of my stand-up gigs and radio stuff for my income. So I'm getting by, but it hurts. I was planning to
Mikey
be
Two
doing
Milk
better.
says that your pic looks like I'm about to take Johnny in the mouth. Gross. An angle of giggle shoes I never wanted to see.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think it's a very.
Is that what we're
flattering
going with
photo.
now? Giggle shoes? Is that going to stick?
Giggle shoes? I don't know. I'm not going to change my name over it. Crutches is going to be the one till the day I die. I think that's a pretty good fit. But
Yeah.
Giggle
and
shoes
who,
isn't
and
bad.
who came up with crutches?
You did.
Yeah, that's right, bitches. It's so funny. I got into an argument with a listener about, I don't know, 3 months back. And they were like, oh, well, he has that Johnny Crutches name. You know, that was pretty funny. I'm like, dude, I came up with that. He's like, no, you didn't. I'm like, yeah, I did. And he goes, no, you didn't. And I go, dude, if you ask Johnny, he will say I did.
Yeah. No, because I don't like my real last name, which is why I always went by K. I was like Johnny K. And you, like everyone, was like, what's the K stand for? And so I was always like, I'll do cripple with a K. And it's funny because I can't spell. And you're like, what does the K stand for? Crutches? And it's like, oh my God, gold. And literally that morning, the instant you said it, I changed my Facebook name, like right then and there.
Yeah, and somebody else, like, I can't,
30 minutes.
that same person is like, yeah, like he just changed it the moment it came up. It's like, yeah, because it was a good idea.
Yeah, because it was a damn good idea. And I was like, nope, we're going to keep this one. We have a winner. Like, I'm sorry, you don't throw that idea away when it lands in your lap. What are you going to do with it? Like, say no? I'm sorry, that's retarded. And that's coming from a guy who is retarded. So, no, that was a no-brainer for me. I'm like, nope, we're keeping it.
It's okay.
And
Johnny can say retarded because he hates retarded people.
Oh, I do. Yeah, speaking of retarded people thing, this whole, like, flipping out on anyone who voices out against the lockdown stuff, because, I mean, real businesses and real people are being affected by this stuff, so it's a completely valid point to be like, is this worth the lives that it will cost? Because from what I understand, a lot of the people who've been affected by this are going to go anyway. Like, we're going to lose those people anyway. It's going to happen. Like, if I got sick and died from this, it'd be like, well, it was this or anything else that came his way. I mean, it's not like, oh my God, how did it happen?
I feel like people are more like inclined to just blame like you for dying than the disease. You know what I mean? Like the moment this became a thing, they're like, well, Johnny was going to die anyways. And it's like, dude, that is not the fucking point.
But I mean, overall, I'm saying we can't shut down society to that extent. I mean, a lot of, like, if completely healthy people who would otherwise be around and kicking, like, suddenly fell ill and were dropping out, and it's like, oh my God, these people got affected with it. Like, but most of the people where it really affects you is because you have a serious illness already. And if you're someone who's dealt with that for a while, like with me, I've already come to terms with the fact that going out's a risk. Meeting people, doing stuff publicly, that's a risk. If I get sick, it could have very bad, possibly fatal repercussions for me. And I've decided that it's not worth sitting inside. I tried it. It's not worth it. I'm going to take the risk. And I feel like we should be able to do that as people. I'm just afraid of the lockdown thing happening. I was worried it was going to happen yesterday. People saying it's going to happen before the end of the week. I'm freaking out about that.
Well, I mean, the lockdown's not going to really affect you either, though. Let's be honest. Who cares?
Well, no, it's not going to affect me here.
Why do you really care? You don't.
Why do I care? Because I don't want to see it affect other people around me. Like, you and Adrian aren't getting work and aren't doing as much stuff. Businesses that I've been talking to and working with, those are closing down or shuttering their doors, and things are slowing down at the state. Like, it's having an effect on the world around me. Just because it doesn't affect me directly doesn't mean I can't disapprove of it.
Right. And that's, I mean, like, you get to disapprove it, but it's, I don't know, it is weird to know that just all of the money that we have is just gone now. I mean, that's why I've been doing this. Like, give to Corey Adam Comedy at Venmo. Also, shout out to all the listeners, man. Like, everybody has done such a great, awesome job of donating. I've almost got my rent covered. Like, that's crazy.
Sweet. No, I'm very happy for that. I wish I could do more, but I'm kind of shoring up the leaks around me. So
Matt's Miniature Pony says he's liking this. My two favorite second mics doing a show together. Yeah, no, I love me some Johnny Crutches.
I'm a good once in a while. Small doses.
Oh, I agree with that. The smallest of doses. Like, if you were a drug, I would try to microdose you for sure.
I only have to take half of one, right? But yeah, no, man, like, because you and Adrian are like mentors for me, and like when I see you guys going through hard times, I don't appreciate it. And when I was at a show where I wasn't able to make a lot of money, you and Adrian each kind of like threw me a little bit of cash, being like, "Yeah, man, this ain't right, but here you go. This isn't a thing. Don't expect this, but
Well, I mean, me and Adrian talked about it a lot. Like when you first started being on the shows and stuff, we thought it was absolute trash that you weren't getting paid. So, we tried to just do whatever to make sure you were getting yours,
Yeah. And it's just, so for you to suddenly be in this situation where it's like because you've made a flat out legitimate living off of comedy for at least the last 5 years.
Oh, it's weirder. It's weirder than that for me because the tunnel is so funny that not only is that what I did for the last whatever years, but I also, like, I used to wait tables. So even my old profession is gone.
So your whole, like, work history is now, like, not applicable.
Right.
Which is what I relate to about that is because, like, I was trying to start comedy back when I was 20 and stuff, I was doing a lot of work in kitchens, and I was being, like, brought up in the kitchen industry, so I didn't have a diploma or an education background, but I had a work history background. And then all of a sudden, right before I'm 21, boom, MS, and the doctor's like, okay, 3 things you can't do: stress, standing, and heat. And those are the 3 things you need to do as a cook. Like, if you're a line cook, you got to have those. So immediately it's like, oh, well, everything I'm used to doing is kind of out the window there. And so like I said, I don't like this stuff happening, which is why I'm like, you know what? I'm all right with me and other people being at risk. I feel like that's something, if I want to save myself from risk, I just stay home. Like, that's my choice. The only place it's really a thing is in multi-generational homes. That's an issue where if the young people are going out and the old people are getting sick, yeah, it's less of a choice thing. But I mean, overall, I think the economy stopping and shutting down over this is affecting way too many people, and the effects and repercussions are going to reverberate for too long.
Well, and I mean, I think, like, Trump going on today and saying Easter, like, that's not helping anybody. Nobody is like, oh, good, at least God will let his son die amidst this pandemic.
Oh.
Or he has risen, I guess, 3 days before Easter. Who cares?
And on the 4th day, he
also,
coughed on
hey,
somebody.
Shout out to King of Clubs 99, who with his 500 bits passed and is now the #1 bit leader. That's pretty cool. Also, let's try to catch up. Mikey Two Milk said, I met Johnny once. And then Cheeseburger Pie said that's what Princess said. And then now there's a bunch of whoopity boops.
Yeah.
And then Mike drop, cheeseburger wins, says Mikey. Mikey also says now he can drive. His chances of killing himself in an accident went up exponentially. Not really. Not if no one else is on the road. Right now is the safest time statistically to drive drunk. There's no one on the road. I probably shouldn't advocate that. These are my opinions, but, whatever.
No, I headed home the other day Monday from the show, and I was just like, oh my God, this place is just empty. Like, I went through the roundabout. I didn't even slow down because there's nobody there, so I didn't have to bother. I'm like, we'll drift a lane or two. Just get there quicker. But no, it's weird to see, like, cities and, well, cities. I've been in this one. It's weird to see just this city, like St. Cloud, shut down and traffic slower. You don't see people out as much. And then when you do, it's almost like it's some weird, like, I'm standing up against the man. I'm going to the park. Like, that's just a phrase that shouldn't be uttered.
It's also weird to see the people that just like Aaron, who are just defying it. It's like, yeah, but then you're going to get sick. And then, because it's like, if Aaron gets sick, for instance, like, he's going to be fine. But what if he gets you sick and you die? I mean, Aaron talks a big game, but that's the kind of thing that would mess him up for fucking ever.
But that's the thing with me, like, and that's one of the things I'm advocating. If I got sick and passed from this, like, I would be like, it's what's gonna happen. Like, I've been told by doctors and medical professionals for the better part of the last 10 years that I'm on death's door with one thing or another. So I've kind of made my peace with it. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I decided to go after what I want to do, and as far as I'm concerned, I would love to get to bigger heights, but I've pretty much hit the bare minimum bucket list. If I go out now, I'm good.
I mean, that's a terrible, terrible outlook. You should always want more, you fucking weirdo, but whatever.
I do want more.
Clearly not me? If you're like, well, if I went out now, it's fine, blah-bitty, blah-blah, whoopity-boop.
Whoopity-boop? No, I'm saying I'm going for more, but I'm not. You literally just said
that if you check out now, it's fine. Like, so your bucket
I said I
list,
hit the bare minimum.
Yeah, so your bare minimum bucket list was what? Being a lackey to Aaron and getting paid for some comedy gigs? Dream bigger, man. These are your dreams. You get to dream bigger than that.
Well, I'm dreaming bigger. I'm saying overall, it's not a huge thing for me if I get sick from this, just because I've been told one way or another, like, you can get sick from this, you can get sick from that. If you have another relapse, your heart or your respiratory system could spontaneously seize. I had a nightmare about that once where I couldn't breathe. Like, it's messed up stuff. Like, I've been told to be on the lookout for this, that, or the other. And that's the big thing, too. Like, with me getting sick from this, if I got sick from it, it wouldn't be like, oh, that's what would get me. It's how how my body would respond to it, because my immune system would spike, and then it would start fighting that infection, and after that, it could do any number of things. But I've had that happen so much that I'm ready to brace it. I'm kind of aware. Like I said, most of the people, from what I understand, from the science that's been presented to me with this stuff, most of the people that are at risk for this disease or this virus are people who live at risk in general. And if you live at risk, you kind of, you've played the game, you're aware of it. It's like with me falling. People always freak out when I fall. They're like, oh my God, are you okay? It's like, yeah, trust me. I've done this a lot, that I'm completely at ease with just falling to the floor, because it's happened. But
you look like somebody that falls a lot, and I don't even mean because of your legs, just your face. You look like you've fallen on your face a bunch.
Oh yeah, no, it's
What's the worst injury you've sustained because of falling?
The laceration above my left eyebrow. I think that went about an inch deep almost, and or not an inch deep. There's not an inch of skin on that part of your face. I don't know. It went down near to the bone, and it's like 2 or 3 inches wide. It's right above my left eyebrow.
Freaky Deaky says, "Hang in there, Johnny. Things will turn around."
Oh,
Mikey Two Milk says, fabulous. What? Adrian is a centaur? I don't even know what that means. King of Clubs 99 says, has Johnny thought about doing a Twitch stream?
I've thought about it. I don't have equipment, so I haven't, like...
What do you mean? You don't have a phone? I can show you how to do it on a phone. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be, like, you wouldn't have all the stream tabs and stuff like I have, but, I mean, you could functionally do it on your phone. Like, any smartphone can stream.
I tried doing it for a little bit with video game stuff for a while. If you want to see something really horrendous, you can look up Cytherian on YouTube, because I did a whole bunch of video games. Put
that link in the chat when we hang up here, just so people can see.
All right. Yeah.
Let's see here. Hold on. I'm gonna get caught up on the Twitch chat real quick, because there's a lot of people writing in. So Let's see here. Where are we? Right here. Centaur, no. If Matt can do it, anyone can. LOL. Oh yeah, if Matt can do a stream, anybody can. Yeah, that's probably fair. Why do you think I'm here? Matt inspired me. If Matt can do it, anybody can. Mikey Two Milks writes, "There's a niche fetish for fucking crippled dudes that throw dick around, Johnny. Blue chew it up and fuck your way to prosperity." Yeah. Have you thought about being a crippled cam boy?
I don't know who would really want to see that happen. I mean, yeah, is a Viagra erection impressive? Sure, but I'm only average. I'm not like well endowed. And then there's the whole like I can't be an active participant. I'm just gonna have to lay there. Ugh. I'm a real life Sibian without the vibration. That's all it is.
Oh, gross. So you're just a giant hump
Sit
full of
spin.
batteries?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's disgusting, dude. I'm so sick of that. That's gross.
Yeah.
Let's see. LOL, Mikey, still thinking of Johnny's cock. Yeah, Mikey, you have a real like fixation on Johnny's penis. Johnny, would you just add Mikey Two Milks on Snapchat and just show him your dick?
I think he is on my Snapchat.
Just
But
send him a dick pic. He just seems way too obsessed with your penis. Like every time you come up, it always comes around to your penis. I think there's something there that he really wants to, whatever. Cute Broad says, "Is this live or old?" This is live.
This is
Corey Adams
live.
Sobriety says, "I'd buy bits, but Venmo is more useful." I agree. Send your Venmo to Corey Adam Comedy at Venmo or PayPal, or get bits through here. Wherever. There's all kinds of ways you can get me money to keep making subpar content. Here I am. And check it out. I promised you that I was working on it and it was going to get better. And look at this. Look at this border. Look at over here. I've been working on this and it looks worse maybe. So this is what all your hardcore stuff is going to.
I mean, it looks a little bit because of the color scheme like a charter commercial. Like, and you too can have Spectrum Internet.
I just hopped on and it was really like late on. I mean, I started fucking around with it at like 6:40 because I've been fucking just absolutely enthralled in fucking Tiger King on fucking Netflix.
Oh,
do you have Netflix?
Yeah, I have Netflix. I watch a few different things.
Have you watched Tiger
King's
King?
The new one?
Yeah, it's about
No.
that Joe Exotic guy that got fucking put away in jail.
Oh.
That dude, that was a story. I think it was even on the Steel Toe show when it came out a couple years ago. But it's a story, and it's like I knew about the dude and I knew about his court case, but I did not know about all the shit around it. And the show just keeps getting more and more fucked up. It's 7 episodes of absolute weirdness. I cannot recommend it enough. Tiger King on.
All right then.
On the Netflix, I guess. I'll actually I'm gonna actually. You know what I'm gonna do? Oh, well, first I'm gonna burp. as you do. Then I'm gonna cough, but then here's the where is it? Yeah, here we go. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. Nope, that's you. Boom. This is the Tiger King right here. And he this dude is like, it's crazy. This is probably the picture you saw of him when it was in the news cycle.
Oh yeah, I remember this guy.
Yeah, it was everywhere in the news till it wasn't. I mean, it was like one of the biggest news stories ever when he officially had to go back to trial and all that shit. But I mean, it's absolutely crazy. So all right, here we go. By Venmo, yeah, we already read that. Live. Dr. Fauci looked physically ill as Trump was announcing opening America by Easter. Yeah, I mean, there's a really funny meme out there, Motor City Dave, where it shows that doctor with his hand on his face, and it says something like, "The look you make when you've said something so stupid that you make the guy urging people not to touch their face put face palm." It's pretty great. Let's see. I live close to 23. I usually hear a shitload of vehicles passing when I'm outside. Every now and then I hear a semi hitting the rumble strips. Okay. Let's see here. Mikey, no shit, PTSD. Cute broad, take off your pants. I'm not wearing pants. I wear shorts, dog. Ran out of thoughts says, well, shell-shocked Mikey. Good job, Giggle Shoes. Way to go. Why? So this Giggle Shoes is just what it is. Why do you want to be called Giggle Shoes?
It's not a want thing. Somebody came up with it when Aaron was berating me about flirting with a chick at a comedy show, and I
Because
was
he's
just
one to
leaning there
talk.
giggling.
Because he's one to talk.
Well, the whole thing is that I had several go signs that I didn't follow through on, and I was nervous about it. And when I get nervous, I giggle. It's involuntary. I can't control it. It's
Kind of like
dumb.
the Joker.
Yeah, it's weird. I actually, and my daughter is doing this now too, and now that I'm seeing it third person, I'm seeing how odd it is from an outside perspective. But I actually giggle at different emotional states, like in certain times, if a pain is in the right level or whatever, I'll laugh while I'm in pain or whatever. So it's weird. Like my daughter does it too. She will cry, and it sounds almost like she's laughing, and you can't tell whether she's happy or sad. So
That
it's
sounds
messed
creepy.
up, but
That sounds creepy as fuck.
it is. I think it's a sign of some sort of like mental issue. I don't know. I think that both of us should get looked at. But yeah, it's a little odd. But I was giggling because of Aaron just kind of being like, "Well, what was she saying? What was happening?" And I was embarrassed and stuff, so I was giggling. And someone's like, "Oh, look at Johnny effing Giggle Shoes over here." And Aaron and me started saying that back and forth during a break, and that just kind of became a thing. I don't know. I'm not gonna change my name over it. Like I said, Giggle
Well,
Shoes
you
is
can
cool,
go by it.
but
It can be a nickname. That's how nicknames work, man. You ain't gotta change
you
it
don't
for
gotta
that
pick
shit.
one. Yeah.
This
No.
is Johnny Giggle Shoes we're talking to right now. Good old
Yeah.
Johnny Giggle Shoes.
Johnny Giggle
All right, let's
Shoes.
try to keep catching up with the Twitch. I turned the alert sound back on, so I think the sound effects are back on for the bits, so that's pretty cool. I'm just excited I figured it out because that was not going well for me earlier today. So I wonder.
And it means you have a viable career as tech support for the show.
Yeah, well,
Because
shit,
nobody
man.
knows what we're doing over there.
I'm sitting here begging for Venmo money. I don't have time for like producing and shit. I don't have like what's called budget. I have fucking none of this shit, right?
Mm. Well, and that's the thing too, though. Like you're sitting there saying, like, "Oh, you're begging for money." It's not even so much begging. You, as a comedian, are selling yourself, getting yourself booked, and
Right.
so you are spending a large amount of time trying to like get out there and be like, "Hey, give me the time to prove I'm worth the money," and then
Well, I'm
that
not
just
even
got
saying
taken
that.
out
I'm not
from
even
under
saying
you.
I'm worth the money. If I'm gonna ask for money, I want to be able to do something for it. You know, that's just how I am.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying overall, you spend all this time, this energy putting that together, and then that's out. It's not like you can just make up that funds. Like you can't just suddenly pick up another job, and even if you had some job available that you could do today that paid relatively close, you're still going to be weeks away from seeing any sort of fiscal return on that. You're not
Right.
going to be able to just make those ends meet. It's just you are hurting like a lot of people, but you can't file for a lot of the things and social benefits that are available to people. Like I'm on some of them, and
Right.
other people
Well,
are.
and like again, the only thing I've ever done is wait tables, and then was a comic. So it's like both the things I know how to do are gone. It's just they're vaporized, and that's why it's interesting because I thought that this show would be an easy way for me to do this, but and I talked to Aaron about this today. Is what's really interesting about this is that it really showcases how good he is at being a first mic because there's a lot of work that goes into the preparation and the making of the show that you don't even realize he does.
Oh yeah. Yeah, everyone thinks he just sits on his butt and cracks jokes, and it's like, no, it's nowhere near that easy. He's got
Right.
a lot of he's got a lot of irons in the fire, and he's balancing a lot of different things at once. It's just I don't know. I appreciate everything he does, which is why I love getting to learn from him and stuff. But overall, with all this stuff going down, one thing I've been saying is people like you and Adrian, real life working comics, the world, the system isn't built to help you when it suddenly takes the rug out from under you. I mean, I can't think of any time in my life at all where it's like, oh, well, now you can't go out. Because it's just unheard of. So for any sort of entertainer or performer, your livelihood is going out and being social.
Correct.
And when you can't do that, you literally have no way of making money.
All right, let's try and catch up with the Twitch chat again. Mikey says, Johnny, you're forgetting some important bucket list things. Daughter graduating, getting married, being a grandpa. Think, man.
Being a grandpa, I don't know that I care. I'm a firm believer that we have plenty of people, and whether or not me and mine contribute to that, whatever. I'd like to think I'm more awesome as a limited edition.
Mm.
But the overall thing
that's
with
the worst thing you've ever said. I hate that.
okay, but yeah, the overall thing, like I'm saying, I'm done worrying about it. I'm done stressing about stuff. So
Right.
I'm at peace. I'm at peace with it. And I've thought like if worst case scenario, and it's not at all what I want, but if like if I get no say in the matter and we're done tomorrow, I'm like, hey, you know what? Compared to 3 years ago, I got a lot farther than I thought I would, and got to do a lot more stuff than I originally thought I was going to get to. And I'm going to try and do even more going forward. And I firmly believe I will. But overall, I'm just saying, could be worse. Because it has been. So, I don't know. And that's why for me with this stuff, it's not as bad as it can be.
Right.
For people like you and Adrian and other people where I'm like, these people are really hurting. Like, I'm getting through it. It's not fun, but I'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is whatever it's going to be. I mean, there's no formula, there's no anything on how we go about doing any of this, and that's kind of the reality that we're having to face now. Here, hold on. We're going to go. I still have to. I'm way behind on the Twitch comments, so hold on. Freaky Deaky writes, my mom got MS. It got so bad we had to put her in a nursing home and sell her property. She's 53. It's a bad disease, man. I feel for you, Johnny. Well, at least he's here to cheer you up, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Toxic Blood says,
laugh at
Johnny
my
K,
pain.
you can stream from your phone, easy peasy. No, I agree. It's very easy to stream from your phone. That is true. And let's see here. Ran Out of Thoughts says, you get funny looks when you tell people Johnny is okay while he's laying on the front of the bar, or floor of the bar. Yeah, I guess so, huh?
I don't know. People, literally, I've been told we got to cut them off before I've started drinking. So I'm going to hit the floor either way.
Cheeseburger Pie says, sorry to say, the other weekend, Johnny fell 3 or 4 times. I didn't laugh once. I should have, though, now that I think of it. What an ass.
Yeah. Should have laughed a lot.
Mikey says, it's not your dick they want. It's them goofy-ass legs.
Literally,
Talking
I
about
don't...
your webcam stuff, I'm sure, yep.
Yeah. Noodle legs, that's what people are into. Like, ooh, look at them spaz. They're mostly twigs. Awesome.
Ran Our Thought says, Matt has a pretty decent setup with mixer and whatnot. No, yeah, Matt has a lot of really good equipment, and Patrick's a pretty good tech guy. So is Matt. Between the two of them, they actually put on a pretty high-quality show. I mean, you have to have the equipment, but even if you have the equipment, knowing how to use it will make it better. It's like I don't know if it sounds better, but I've been trying to mix this a little bit better so that the people on the phone are more leveled, because I noticed that. Like, that was bugging me, right?
Yeah.
So whatever.
Well, like, I think, what is it? Both you and I had minor education in either television or radio production.
Yeah. I mean, I did TV and radio production for a while when I was in high
Yeah.
school.
And so that's like the weird thing for me, like, because I did the game videos and stuff, and all I did for that was an Xbox One.
All right, Mike
And
says
I
no
used that
thanks.
to do-
Forwarding to Corey immediately. I don't know what that means. King of says, I like the new overlay. Yeah, I don't really like it. I figured out how to do some stuff, but it's definitely better than the orange one. I'm going to fuck with it more. I didn't have enough time today to fuck with it how I wanted. So King of Clubs, like, this is the starting screams. This is the ending. Be right back chatting. It's just nice and bright, which I like. But it's kind of convoluted the way everything is like stacked around, but I think I can play with it and maybe fix it. But I do agree that this is a better setup than the orange setup we had. And like I kept telling people, I don't really know what I'm doing. I didn't even have Streamlabs on my computer, but 5 days ago? Like, I installed it the day I first went live to do this. So I'm really learning this. I mean, the first day I did it, I didn't even do it through Streamlabs. I did it through OBS. So I haven't even had it that long. So I'm doing my best here. All right. We're going to just keep cranking down these comments, and we'll get back to you, Johnny. I just have to
No worries.
try to get everything like so it's up there. Matt's little blue pill says, hey, girl, hey. Looks like we are doing tonight on Corey's Contour Corner. My contour? Okay. Cheeseburger Pie says, make the picture bigger. I need more stash. Okay, well, let's see if we can. I'll try, but the problem is with this overlay is that if I do that, it gets a little bit too big. Whoa, see, like that. That's no good. Oh, we fucked that up already. See, this is why I shouldn't have fucked with it to begin with. You fucked me here. I hate you all. Okay, there we go. Yeah? Just a little bit bigger. Then we can make this just a little bigger and position it more. See, there's no like, it looks really awkward when you do it that way because the frame, whoever did the frame didn't do it in the right aspect ratio as far as like, because it's just a square.
It's not actually fully matching the picture box. It's not
right,
like
and
you always have a slight gap,
and that's driving me fucking nuts. Like that's one of the reasons why this theme will not be there again, and that's why I actually shrunk it down because there's a certain point where, see, like right there, it's less noticeable.
Yeah. Well, if it's an equal border too, it's easier for your eyes to overlook it.
So fuck you. I'm not fucking with that. Whatever. All right, let's see here. Make the picture bigger. Yep. Joe Exotic for president. Yeah, no lies. He's great. Supernatural on Netflix. Supernatural sucks. If it's that old
Supernatural show, it was good for 5 seasons. After that, I can't.
I recommend Don't Fuck with Cats. That was a good show, was it?
Never saw it.
Decided yet. Focus on slitting his nose and lifting his cheeks. Okay. Can you change the color of the text on your background? It's coming up white on a white background. Yeah, I guess I could. I mean, that's probably why it was there to begin with, right? But no, I like the font color of it. I can't change right now, and that's why I'm saying like this one will not be. This will not be the one we use going forward. I can like so. What I can do is let me see if I can find it. Let's try to grab it. Maybe I think if I put this over here, maybe no, that was the announcement thing. Okay, I don't know. I don't fucking know how this works, you guys. This one sucks. I won't use it again, but you know we're gonna deal with it tonight.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Yeah, this is why it's live. If I could fix all this shit, it wouldn't be live. It would be produced. Toxic Blood says I'd be nervous for go signs from Princess, from Johnny K. Yeah, that's probably fair.
What? I'm not interested.
You didn't even hear what it was.
What, for Princess?
Yeah.
No.
When people message just shows up. Good call, Tovar. Secondary name like Johnny. Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker? Yeah, no, that one's just kind of dumb.
I used that
Rebel.
for
I have things you could do
my
for money.
MS
Gross.
walk team. We were Johnny's Walkers, I think was.
He fought all the way to Johnny Reb. I don't know what that is. Mikey, if you go tomorrow, can I have your video? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh.
We got a hype train?
No, that was a follower.
Oh.
Following for gift subs followed. Huh. Seems kind of true to the form, I guess. If you're gonna go tomorrow, I call dibs. I call dibs on running shoes. Oh wait, that's pretty mean. So they're basically the people in chat are rationing out all of your belongings right now.
All right. Nice.
Let's see. I call dibs on running shoes. Everyone knows the mastermind behind Savage Thoughts. With Kimberly, she rules. All right. Oh shit! Okay. Aaron's Lost Awning followed. We're back in this, guys. We're in it to win it. Yeah. Nice. Round of thoughts. Yeah, I miss Kim DeLay, and I forgot how big it was. Okay. Aaron's Lost Awning says hello. Hello. How are you? Good to see you. Corey has to start watching Love After Lockup again. What do you mean start? I already finished. The season's over, bro. What do you mean start? Are you coming at me acting like I ain't seen all the Love After Lockup? It's like you don't know me at all. Pshaw. Pshaw to you, sir.
Is that on Netflix?
I don't know. I watched it on the Wii Network. You can, if you just Google Love After Lockup, they have YouTube videos of it. You can watch most of it, except for season 1 for some reason. You can't watch season 1, but season 2 you can watch a bunch of in this last season, which is it's season 3, but it's actually season 2. They're very confusing about the way they episode numbered, and they started calling it Love After Lockup instead of Life After Lockup or some shit. I don't fucking know. It's real good, but the finale was garbage. I wasn't a big fan. Like they built up this giant fight thing, and then they just basically had 2 camera operators and a security guard stop them from actually fighting. It's like if the Jerry Springer show stopped people from doing anything. It's like, what's the point?
The whole reason we're here is to see a Donnybrook.
Yeah. Is that a cat? Do I just hear a cat purr?
Yeah, you did. That's
this is how Johnny works, you guys. He just gets a cat, sits back.
Dude, there's 3 or 4 cats in this. There's 4 cats in this house, and there's 3 in this room. So, oh wait, now there's 2. One of them left.
We had another notification of something. Oh shit! Followers. Fly Dog, Xbox 7, Xboxer 7. Thanks for the follows, man. Super awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
That music's kind of rad, right?
Yeah,
Can you hear it on your end?
Yeah, I've been keeping my TV low though, so that way it doesn't come through on because I'm talking on a headset deal, so I don't want to have like some weird echo. Although I spelled
If you hold Alt and make your camera shorter from top to bottom, you can stretch it to fill boxes. Oh, really? Okay, let's see if that works. Alt. No, that did nothing. Wait. Okay, Alt. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. So you're probably right in that hotkey. It just won't let me do it while I'm broadcasting because I'm also recording. And so I think my computer hates me is what's going on because I tried to do what you just told me to and it wouldn't work, but it looks like it might be fine eventually. So we'll fuck with it. Again, I don't even think this is going to be the setup going forward. I mean, the screen of the chat room and all that shit. I bet I could change that.
Can you get one that allows for like custom artwork or something? Like
yeah, so they're all overlays.
Nice
They've got like overlays and then they have scene overlays and you have to adjust everything differently. So I don't know where to go. Oh shit, another one. Progress 28. RPG Azus 26. And Erica West. Thank you for the follows. Super rad, guys. Oh shit. Oh, I think I beat that one. Yeah. All right, what else we got here? Let's see here. Corey has to start watching. Blah blah blah. Can't Johnny see the chat room on his screen? No, this chat room is hard to read because I put it right on that white area. So if I can,
I can pull the chat up.
Let me do this. There. If I just move it over here, you guys can see it, but it'll only be up for a little while. There. How's that? Is that better, guys?
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I feel like that'll work, right? Makes it a
Yeah,
little
it works
easier to
just
see.
fine. I can turn it on my end. I just have to do it. Like
Yeah. Anybody that's like watching it from the app can turn it on, but for the overlay, yeah, that's better, right? Because then you can see it underneath.
Yeah.
We're getting this. Yeah. See, this is the advantage of having a totally live show. Shit is not going to be that good, but we will have the ability to do whatever we want. It's pretty great.
Because if I can change.
If I can change, then you can change. Then this whole fucking thing can change. Pretty great, right? Type F for better chat placement. Oh, yeah, look at this. Okay, you know what? Now I'm starting to like this setup a little bit more. Now that if I can figure out this border thing on the camera, I'd be happier. And like I said, I need to just stop fucking with it. I'm making it worse.
It's probably just a thing with like a fine-tuned tweaking of your angle and perspective and the border, and then boom. But overall, this is pretty awesome. I think it's a massive improvement from the one we had yesterday. So
yeah, I mean that's
decided to
what we're trying here. I'm gonna keep fucking with it because I can't not. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, that's the hosting noise. Matt's miniature horse is hosting us now. That's awesome.
Nice, thank you, Matt.
Let's see here. I'm gonna keep wasting time as I try to. Oh shit! That one was real good. Okay, hold on. I thought I had that one perfect. Good enough. You know what? That's good enough. How about that? Looks a little better.
Yeah, dude. That looks pretty.
Hello from Hibbing. Hello, Kurt Munger. How are you? Good to see you. Now drag your
so how do
face
you
over
feel
to where the chat used to be? No, I'm not. I just lined up the banner. I'm not fucking touching it. Shut up.
Quit complaining, you bitches.
Yeah.
But yeah, so how do you feel about the whole bailout option? Obviously, personally, it's going to be beneficial for you. And as a libertarian, I'm sure you feel like this is more just a return of your money that was taken. So, like,
shout out to Cheeseburger Pie for hosting. That's super rad. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it sucks that I am not somebody that will get benefit, but it's nice that other people will.
Well, no, but you should be able to qualify for these as well. It's supposedly for
maybe like every time they push it. So what's going on with this bullshit right now that I can tell, right, is every time they keep pushing the buck around, they'll give it to, say, the Republicans, or they'll give it to the Democrats, and they'll want a bunch of stuff pushed in there, or the Democrats will give it back to the Republicans, and they want a bunch of stuff pushed in there. It's just both sides are trying to do political gamesmanship right now, and it's like that ain't what anybody wants right now. Like that's not. Nobody here is here for that, dog. Like let's fucking stop acting like everything's cool like that. You know, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the answer is. You know, I think it's easy to say all the shit that's not working, but it's not saying, you know, whatever. So.
Well, yeah, everyone loves to be Captain Hindsight, but I think overall, I'm fine with us just getting back to work and doing life in general. I know a lot of people, New York mayor is like, we gotta take a look at us and see where we're at, because this is where you'll be in a couple weeks, and they're overflowing in the hospital beds, and I'm just like, I don't know, I don't feel that this is that severe.
All right, well, I'm gonna let you go real quick, Johnny. We might call you again over the course of the show, but Matt actually hit me up, so we're gonna try and get Matt on here.
Yeah, dude, go for it.
So that's Johnny. Tell people where to get a hold of you, Johnny.
If you want to get a hold of me, you can find me on Snapchat at johnny.jklol. You can find me on Instagram at johnny.justkidding. I'm also on Facebook as comedian Johnny K. And you can always hit me up, message me any of those ways. Thank you very much for having me, Corey.
For sure. And shout out to all the people that are hosting right now. Thank you so much for doing that. We'll probably, Johnny, you're going to be around, right? You're watching?
Yeah, dude, I'll stick around.
Well, I got some people backed up that I got to call, so we'll probably touch base with you again.
Do what you do, homie.
All right, buddy. Later. That was Johnny Crutches. You can hear him on the Steel Toe Morning Show every Monday. Pretty cool. All right. We got Matt's going over to his computer right now, so we will do that, and we will get this all set up. I've got two other people. Sorry, one sec. I got people like always say, "Oh yeah, I'll call in," and I'm like, "Cool." And then when I hit them up, like, "Hey, you ready to call in?" They're like, "No, I thought this or that." And it's like, "Oh, all right." So we'll give a sec. Don't fall in, Mikey. And shout out to Doobs for hosting. That's super awesome. Mikey Two Milks for hosting. That's super awesome. Cheeseburger Pie. That's pretty awesome. And Petrie17 for the 500 bits. That's pretty good. We got quite the bit race going on right now. We got King of Clubs 99 in 1. We got Petrie. I think I'm saying that wrong. 17 and ran out of thoughts at 3. So that's your thing. I'll probably start to get prizes at some point, but I don't know what the prizes should be. I might scoop together some special outtake material from like No Joke 2 and maybe give that to the bit winners or something. But I feel like if you guys are going to be here supporting this channel, I should at the very least have some stuff to, give you or help you with, who knows. But yeah, Matt is going over to his computer. He will text me when he's ready. Oh, and he's ready now. So, we will, let's see. First, I'm going to get one of his just ridiculous pictures. This guy has the absolute weirdest fucking pictures ever. So I want to find one that's really stupid looking to just really embarrass him. And, because I know he takes words so seriously and life is tough, All right, there we go. And there we go. Wait, yep. Whoop, bloop, bloop, bloop. And here we go. Boom. See how it works. Here we go.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What up, buddy?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck
I'm glad
yes.
this works on my computer because
Fuck
I like
yeah.
talking here better than on the phone.
Yeah. I think it works better when you're plugged into it than it does when you're trying to watch it, which is something that I should probably struggle to fix, but I haven't yet. So
I'm literally on my soundboard directly to Facebook and to you, not through my phone at all. So
there we go. Get a little butts on the mic going that way. Nice. Well, awesome. How are you doing, buddy?
Pretty fucking good, just enjoying the apocalypse and shit. I'm just annoyed that I can't go do my normal grocery shopping. Other than that, my life hasn't changed.
Why don't you tell everybody who you are and where they can find you?
I am Matt from Savage Thoughts Podcast every Thursday night on Twitch. That would be twitch.tv/ is that how it goes? savage.podcast.com.
Sure.
Is there .com there? I don't know.
And I'll let
You
you
know,
guys. I'll let you guys know
Savage
this.
Stop.
Eventually, I'm gonna get a schedule where I'm probably only gonna be doing this 5 nights a week, and one of the ones I'm going to take off will be Thursday, just because you guys are airing your show, so I don't want to like jump over
Really?
you guys. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like it's one of those
You have
things
fun
where
on it.
while I'm stuck at home, I have to do it. But on
Yep.
Thursdays, I have Sisyphus anyways, and like I'm probably gonna go down to
Yeah.
oh shit,
Oh shit, what?
It's just these noises, man. I got these sound effects working, and now they scare me.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
Miss Mama Wanna follow me.
Mama Wanna?
Miss Mama Wanna.
Okay.
I don't know what that means or who that is,
What's that
but here we
bitch
go.
know?
So yeah, you're one of the people that like you kind of hate all this, right? I mean, like, what is your what's your thoughts on all of the like hysteria and like what's your overall thoughts of the coronavirus? Thanks
It's
to Petrie17 for
overhyped.
hosting.
I think it's been here longer than what they're telling us. Whether they know it has or not, it's been here for, I'm not saying like years. It's just a few months.
Okay.
It was here. There's proof that China was covering it up. They knew about it long before they admitted it was a thing. Why the fuck wouldn't it have been here? Because you think about it. People travel back and forth from here to China. There's a lot of technology bullshit going on. There's other shit going on. People travel the fucking world. I think it was here. I think a lot of people have already had it. I think people have already died from it, and it's just been chalked up to, oh, some old bitch got pneumonia, where now they can go, it's coronavirus, and panic everybody.
Sure, but I mean, it's still.
Do I think
still
it's a
weird,
real
right?
thing?
Yeah.
It is weird. Everything about it is weird. Yes, everything about it. Everything from
Hold
what
on
the
one sec, Matt.
government
Okay, somebody give a bit. I think I got the volume down for the alert stuff. Let's see if it. Let's see if it.
I haven't
works.
heard a thing about any alerts.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how
All
we
right.
did it.
All right.
Maybe I'll just turn that off completely, the sound, and just leave the notification up. I don't know. I don't know what you guys do over at Savage, but I am really, really. That seems better, right? A little lower.
No, I haven't heard. I just hear you talking. I don't.
Yeah, I don't
think.
think you can hear the stuff coming through on my headphone because the output isn't to the desktop. That's one
Gotcha.
of the only like things that I can't really do because it's not a phone line. I'm just calling people.
Yeah.
That's like what it is. So.
Sure. So yeah. Anyways,
Mm-hmm. But the
what was that screaming about?
you were screaming about how you thought this was all an inside job and how you think
No,
Bush
not an
did
inside
coronavirus.
job. It's just everything about it is fucking weird. I think it's. I don't know. I don't think it's as big of a deal as what they're making it out to be. I don't think that you should shut down everything and destroy the economy so there's nothing left to fucking come back to and people are left with no jobs
Yeah.
on the other end of this.
Well, I
'Cause
think
what
that was
they're-
always my primary concern. I was not really worried about the virus. I was worried about the ramifications of
Yeah.
the like the I mean just how stupid people are and all that shit.
Yes. How
Because I mean
stupid
the
people
moment
are.
the moment we run out of food, that's the moment shit gets lit.
Right. But we're not running out of food. People are still going to work to make food. Like, that's been deemed essential, whatever. I don't know, essential business,
Well,
whatever.
it's kind of crazy what they're deeming essential, though, right? Like, I mean, there's people out there delivering potato chips for Frito-Lays that are deemed essential. It's really weird.
Yeah. My job is deemed essential. It's scrap metal recycling.
You wouldn't
Which,
think that's essential. Like, no offense to you, but I'm just saying, like,
There-
the logic of it, you wouldn't think that's really essential. I mean, your building was on fire for 5 days and nobody gave a fuck.
Not the building.
Not the building.
No buildings burned. That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
But
how's
but, like-
how's going back to work after, like, scorched Metal Earth?
well, we haven't been allowed to clean anything up yet because the MPCA just has us on hold. So we haven't really been able to fully assess the damage to everything. I mean, yeah, we lost all the scrap metal. We know that. That's pretty much a loss. It's not worth as much after it's been burnt because it changes the properties and blah 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 after it's been superheated.
Is it still burning?
No, God no.
Well, I know some of that shit like never stops burning.
Oh, this isn't that song. It's not
which
that
song?
song about the one with the world. It's been burning since the world's been turning. It's not that
You
song.
quoting Billy Joel? You came on my fucking show to
Billy
quote Billy Joel?
I don't know. What do you want from me?
I want you to do better.
I try. I've made a habit of disappointing everybody, so just get used to it.
Well, at least you're in your wheelhouse with everybody hating you.
I am. Everybody hates me, and I hate everyone. It's mutual. It's great.
Well, that's pretty good then. As long as it's mutual, right?
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Nobody cares, right?
No. I don't know what else to make about this other than I think it's already been here for about I'm guessing October, November, to be honest. It was here spreading around because there's been this weird, severe upper respiratory thing floating around that I know a lot of people who have had it. And they have been
you're not wrong. This flu season was really, really weird. Okay,
yes.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hold on one second. Hold on.
Okay,
I'm going to see if I can just mute these alert noises because, man, that is kind of annoying. But if I can keep the alerts on. Okay, somebody give a bit or something. Also, shout out to Cheeseburger Pie for gifting a Tier 1 subscription to 2 people. That's super rad of you. Okay, we're going to do that. Perfect. Okay, so somebody donate a bit and see if I actually have this fucking sound muted right. Sorry, Matt. That's like you're talking and then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, party time.
Oh.
I want this to look a little bit more professional than Savage Thoughts. That's what I'm struggling for here.
Well, good luck with that because I think we're right up there with the Steel Toe Morning Show.
Yeah, right? I mean, that's... So does Steel Toe now technically have 2... No, that didn't work at all. Damn it. That didn't work at all.
Steel Toe have 2 what? Where are you going with this? I got to hear this.
He's got 2 tribute shows now, basically.
Well, fun fact about this tribute show. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., live from my garage, the Steel Toe Evening Show, because Gary won't let them use the studio after 7 p.m.
Oh, really? You're doing the podcast for the show there?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I'm fine with it. Like, I can't, he texts me, he's like, dude, I got honestly, a desperate question to ask you. I'm like, okay. And he's like...
No, when he said... Hold on. When he said that, did you think it was going to be sexual?
No, it was actually all one text, so I read the whole thing,
Okay,
so
okay.
I didn't have a chance to be like, where's this going, you creep? I didn't have a chance for that,
Okay,
but
okay.
he's like, look, we can't do the studio or the podcast from the station, blah, 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 like, can we use your garage? Is there any way we can make this happen? And honestly, yeah, we can make it happen, because look, I had a chance to live, sorry to be cheesy here, I got to live a fucking dream. I was on the goddamn radio. Okay, fine, come use my fucking shitty garage studio, which, by the way, is just as good as his podcast studio.
It's not a shitty studio. Your studio is really good.
Well, it's mediocre. I do, okay. It's okay, my studio, yeah.
Yeah, is Aaron, somebody wrote in, Matt's Miniature Horse wrote in, is Aaron paying for the garage?
No, that didn't even get brought up. As a one-off, I'm not concerned. If it turns into a regular thing, my wife needs several bottles of wine, so make her happy because she has to tolerate Aaron Imholt, and then it'll work out.
But more importantly, she has to tolerate you daily.
Oh no, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a much better person than I am, so she's accepting and tolerant.
How could she not be? That's like saying anyone living is better than the devil. You have a fucking mohawk, for God's sakes.
I had a mohawk. I don't currently.
Yeah. You still had it within a calendar year, so I get to say you have it.
I might
Green
have.
Day looking fuck.
Mine was neon pink. It was cooler.
I mean, I know you think that it was cooler. I'll give you that. I know you believe that.
Whatever. I am who I am, and I own it. I don't give a fuck. So at least I got that going for me.
I will say you're very consistent. You always have been very consistent.
Yes, I am, unlike Mr. Flip Flop Morning Show host. Jesus fucking Christ.
What do you flip flop on now?
Oh, the whole coronavirus thing. You know about that, right? You don't know about that yet? You're gonna walk into a different fucking show on Thursday. Are you doing the show on Thursday?
Yeah. I mean, at least I think so.
Okay. So you know how he was like, we're still having the comedy shows. Come out to our shows. This when this thing was first hitting.
Yeah.
like, I don't want to cancel my shows, money, blah, blah, blah. Like, people need to have a good time. And then last week was all fucking paranoid and panic and shut everything down and yell at everybody who questions shutting everything down and call them all fucking retards and they don't understand it. They got their heads up their asses. So now this week he's going, we can't keep everything shut down. Like, we can't keep doing this. We gotta get back out there and live our lives. And people need, you're not gonna be able to keep people cooped up. Like, we gotta be realistic.
Sure. Well, but he
that's
also,
where he's
I
at
mean,
now.
you can't say he was saying that this week because, like, yesterday he was talking and he got himself on Reddit. I mean, like, did you see the Reddit thing on our Minnesota?
He got himself on Reddit because he was saying that we can't lock everything down.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he, like, literally said that was, like, yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, but last week it was we need to lock everything down.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, he has gone back and forth on it. I got what
Yes.
you're saying now.
Flip-flop. Mr. Flip-flop.
Flip-flop morning show, baby. I don't know. I kind of forgive people for flip-flopping on this because I personally have also flip-flopped on this. I mean, at the very beginning, I was one of the first people being like, it's the flu, it's not that big of a deal. But, like, I've never seen a flu cancel, like, sports indefinitely. That's weird.
But
I've
I
never
don't
seen
know
a
if
flu where the
to.
government is like, stay inside. I mean, this is not normal
But
shit.
the thing is, Corey, does it need to? Did it need to get to that point? Did it really absolutely need to?
I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. That's the problem.
That is the problem.
Because, I mean, you can say that it didn't need to, like, and maybe you're right. I don't know. But what I do know is that we, like, just keep doubling and like, the cases just keep coming. And I have...
We just also started testing, though. That's the thing. And we're not testing widespread either. And now in Minnesota, we're not testing anybody except medical personnel only.
Yeah.
So we have tests that are in the process of being processed. And then the only new ones are going to be medical personnel. And, really high prominent people like our wonderful fucking governor, which I ain't getting into that guy. I'm not sad that he self-quarantined, and I might be rooting for a certain outcome. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Why?
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck him.
Jeez.
Why?
Yeah.
Because he is responsible for a certain amount of stress in my life related to a very specific topic.
What is that topic?
Him individually. I'm not getting into it. He's affected a thing, and it's because he listens to uneducated fucking people who know nothing about what they're talking about and don't know how to actually read the reports that are printed by a certain other government agency, and they just think all these people are being affected. He's a fucking moron.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's most people are, right?
Well, I am.
I am as well.
I'm saying
I
serious.
think you and I are in the majority of just stupid fucking people.
As much as I'm screaming about him being a moron, I'm not going to deny it when someone else looks at me and goes, yeah, and you're a fucking moron too. Yeah, I know. And?
Did you hear it sounds like Greta
thing.
Thunberg got it?
I think it's a publicity thing.
How dare you?
She's self-quarantining because she thinks she might have it. She didn't say she does have it.
Well, maybe the self-quarantine is specifically to, like, limit her fucking carbon footprint or some shit.
Here's I will get behind her if she goes, look, I have this and it spread around the world because of all this useless, nonsensical traveling from country to country and blah, 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 and carbon footprint and this and that, and shut all the international travel down. Fine, you know what? Fine, I'll agree with her. Shut all the international travel down. We don't need to go to China. We don't need to go to other third world dumps. There's no fucking reason to leave America. We can make what we need here, god damn it.
Yeah, but that's a pretty narrow viewpoint. I mean, going around the world.
I know it is. I'm an asshole.
But like, when's the last time you traveled outside of the state?
I don't.
Right. So then it's easy for you to say that about shit you've never experienced.
I have no frame of reference in this.
Right.
Other than the fact that I hate everybody and everything.
But maybe you only hate everything and everybody because you've never left this fucking passive-aggressive tundra.
I have two places I want to go.
Okay, where are they?
Great Britain and Australia.
I mean, I wouldn't go to either of those right now.
Neither of them third world. Well, no. I'm just saying, like, when times are good. Neither of them are third world dumps, and both of them are pretty
What's
modern.
your problem with third world dumps? Some third world dumps are super awesome. Egypt was a blast.
They breed nasty, shitty diseases.
So does most people. Fucking walk into a gas station after somebody took a shit and tell me there's not something brewing there.
I've never caught a disease that has shut down the world economy from a gas station bathroom.
Right, but like that, of all the diseases that have of all the diseases that have existed, what, 2 of them have done it ever? Like, let's stop acting like that's the norm.
That's the other thing, is I hope this doesn't become the new norm where, oh my God, panic, there's another flu thing out and we got to shut things down. That's honestly
Mikey Two-Milk says, whoa, Matt Jong-un is here. That's right. You're being a fucking dictator about this.
I never claimed to be anything different. I know what I am.
I mean, you are consistent. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and I'm not saying the world should actually live by what I say.
Matt's little blue pill said, let's grow the mohawk and let's color it again.
Yeah, she does like to color my mohawk. I will say that.
Matt's miniature horse. You have a bunch of like accounts just dedicated to you in here right now.
I'm fucking famous, yo.
Yeah, dude, you're fucking. It's all that radio swag, bro. Color. Matt's miniature horse says you can color in my mohawk. I've got like 18 inches of it.
I didn't know mini horses had them that big.
Only the biggest mini horses.
Oh, all right. Sounds good.
4 players in the NBA tested positive. If they wouldn't have kept it up, they would have had any players to play the sport. I don't know. Maybe that could be true, Petrie, but could it also be true that they robbed LeBron James of having a fucking SARS-2 game? Because here's something for you, Matt. I know how frustrated you get with the situation, right?
Yeah.
Stop calling it coronavirus. Stop calling it COVID. Remind everybody all the time that this disease is called SARS-2, and the Chinese rebranded it as part of their suppression.
SARS-2, the sequel?
No, if you Google coronavirus, like go to like the wiki of it, the medical designation of it is severe acute respiratory syndrome 2. It's SARS-2. But they didn't want the second SARS coming out of China, so they suppressed that. They lied to people. I mean, we'd be in a lot better place if China hadn't lied to us. I think we can all agree on that.
Oh, fuck yeah, we would. We absolutely would have. And that's why I think it's been around longer than we actually know, is because China's not truthful.
Well, and I will say this. In like December, I got a cold that was very severe, maybe the flu, knocked me out of commission, and I haven't been sick like that in
ever
years,
in your
man.
life?
Years. Like, it's probably like since I was like 22, and I had been on a like binge of like drinking and cocaine, you know, like just it was a different world, you know, like it just I don't get sick like that anymore.
I had the same thing. Dude, Aaron was so irritated with me every Friday. I'd be hacking into the fucking microphone because they don't have a cough button in their studio. But that's another point.
They don't have a lot of things in that studio. That studio, I mean, the idea that you could pimp out your garage to be better equipped than that studio is not that far gone.
No, I'm pretty close. But I went. It was between like 6 and 8 weeks of being sick and hacking, and it started the exact everything broke down to the day by day symptoms of what the coronavirus is. It is fucking crazy to think that back in December I might have actually had this already, and this was a thing that was going around and everybody already had, and we weren't shutting the fucking country down then. People were just dealing with it.
Right. Well, because that's what they had to do. That's what their choices were.
Okay. So many people dealt with it. And some old bitches died of pneumonia. That happens every year, all year long.
Right, but here's the thing. That's not all that's been happening with this. Like, the thing about this is you can say that. But in like Italy and like places, because here's the thing. I don't think we know the real numbers from China, so I just kind of dismiss them. And I'll actually hear.
You're correct there. We don't.
I will put up, where is it? I will put up the coronavirus stuff here. I've shared this before, but we'll do it again.
And isn't Italy going, if you're over a certain age, we're just not treating you, so go fuck yourself?
So
there's rumors of that coming out.
So in the world right now, so yesterday, right? So yesterday, there was 553 deaths in the United States yesterday, okay?
Okay.
Today, there are 775.
Okay.
That went up 200, and this is the cumulative total, right? So
there's 775 deaths of coronavirus?
775 total deaths of coronavirus in the United States. Yesterday, it was 553. It added 140 yesterday to the.
Where are these deaths coming from? We had 1 death in Minnesota. Where are all the other 774 coming from?
Most of them are coming out of Washington.
What the fuck?
I posted the link. There's a link in the chat that this thing is done by Worldometer, and this has been vetted, and this is the only thing I trust right now as far as just the raw numbers.
Okay.
Because they have cases, they have all of it, and but here's what I wanted to bring up, right?
All right.
So yesterday, China had 7 deaths. Today, they had 4. But at the same time, Italy, but at the same time, Italy, who is probably, I think Italy is the one that's reporting their numbers the most honest that we can obtain them that is going through it, right? Italy, on the other hand, had 743 new deaths today, right?
Mm-hmm.
But China's up there, and China was telling people they had a cure and they didn't. They were trying to suppress it and they didn't. It's just crazy. And what's interesting is there's charts that you can look at, and this one that I shared in the chat is awesome because you can literally go through, break down all the countries, all the days. You can go by cases, you can go by new cases. You can customize the search really well. That's why I like this as a utility.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if these numbers are to be believed, which I believe they are, we went from 100 deaths a day to now 200 deaths a day, which means in the next 2 or 3 days, it's going to go up to 400 deaths a day. That's what happens, and that's what happened in Italy. And Italy, they're saying, is on the downside of it now, but they still are having 743 deaths. Spain had 680 today. Yesterday, Spain had 539. Yesterday, Italy had 601. The running totals on them, I mean, here's the thing about Italy that's crazy, right? Italy has 69,000 deaths. 69,000 total cases of it, right?
Okay.
Total. And that's just what they've tested because I think we all understand that the numbers don't mean anything, right? As far as the people that have it. I think
people
the
that
deaths,
have it versus people dying, that percentage number is bullshit.
but I think the death number is more accurate than the cases number. Because I think there's way more people that get this, they get healthy, and then they don't talk about it again, or they just think that it's fine, right?
So you're saying the people of the number of people who die doesn't change regardless of how you do the data.
Correct.
Those people die.
Right.
The number of people who have it and recover, that changes versus how you do the data and how you do the testing, and that can affect the percentage of death rate versus total people who have it. But still, same number of people die no matter what the percentage of death rate is. Correct?
Right. Well, and then again, if you look at this chart to look at China's lying numbers, right?
Yeah.
We'll
just go with the death number, not the death percentage.
The death number in China is 3,281. The death number in Italy is 6,820, right?
It's more than that in China.
No, of course it is. Here's the thing that I was going to show you, though. This is what's so crazy when you look at the graph, right? In China, there's 81,000 cases of it. And if you've been following this graph, there were 2 days where they had no new cases. Bullshit. And then Italy is at 70 grand. So you're saying that Italy has 10,000 less cases than China, right? But they have twice as many deaths? That's not real. And then you look at the recovered. China has 73,000 people recovered. Italy has 8,326.
If they have 73,000 recovered, then they have a lot more dead.
Right. They only have 3,000 dead, though, according to their numbers. I mean, Iran's another one where you can't really trust the numbers. And that's what I think, to me, is the scariest proposition of a lot of this, is that we're basing a lot of choices and a lot of decisions off numbers that probably don't really mean anything.
Right. And we also don't know, there are essential things where you need to keep certain parts of society running. The electrical grid, the fucking internet, water,
Dude, if the internet gets down, get ready for full-on rioting.
That's what I'm saying. That keeps people's sanity at this point. So that is a legitimate thing.
It's funny how the internet comm businesses weren't the first ones that they bailed out. If they were smart, it would have been the electric company, the fucking sewer company, and the fucking internet company. And then they tell people to stay at home and nothing. Like they would have passed a bill that just said we get free internet for a month. Everybody's staying at home.
Yeah. And you got to keep the grocery stores, pharmacies open, doctor. There are a certain number of people who have to still do a service for to society. So now, even if you shut down everything you fucking can, does it still spread exponentially
Yes.
because it's so contagious?
Yes.
And that's the problem. Like, and at what point, like, there's like, I've been saying this since the beginning. Before everyone, the government starts going, well, is the cure worse than the disease? Like, that was my whole thing from when it first started.
Right.
Can we
Because
afford
you're an
to
anti-vaxxer.
What are we going? I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm pro-vax. I'm just saying, can we afford to shut everything the fuck down and destroy everything we had? Because where are we going to be on the other side of this?
Well, but that's what we elected Trump to find out, isn't it?
And it's a legitimate concern to have, though, is it not? Like, you should be able to question it without, like, at least question and bring it up and have a discussion about it without
Well,
being like,
that's the
oh
exact
my
problem.
God, you're ignoring and not taking
Right.
it seriously. No, I'm like looking at all angles of this thing.
I think it's important to understand that this is for safety, but we should be hesitant and watchful because just because it's for safety now doesn't mean it doesn't become something way more nefarious going forward.
Oh, you know what really irritates me too is when I see a
Sounds
person
like
on
everything,
Facebook.
honestly.
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna give you another thing. Someone on Facebook.
Somebody says Matt believes herbs cure autism. Is that true?
No, that's my neighbors believe that. My neighbor tried telling me that they have a relative who had an autistic child, and they gave them cilantro, and it cured their autism. Cilantro cured their autism. It didn't. So, back to another thing that I hate, which is how one person will be on Facebook bitching about how nobody's taking this seriously and this, that, and the other thing. The next post on their feed is them with their grandma from that day. What the fuck are you doing visiting your grandma?
Oh,
I thought you were taking this serious. I've seen so many posts of family gatherings going on right now from people who are going, oh, everyone needs to stay home and self-quarantine and nobody should be going out unless absolutely necessary. And oh, but it's so-and-so's birthday, so 85-year-old grandma came over.
Well, I mean, I get exactly what you're saying, and that's totally like the problem with it. I mean, like I'll tell you a story about myself personally. I have a lot of family that lives up in Hibbing, right?
Yep.
When this stuff first hit, my grandparents, who love me, offered me to come up and stay in Hibbing because there were no cases in St. Louis County at the time, right?
Yeah.
Like, so they're like, well, you can come up here and stay safe if you want. And my whole thing was like, I would have done that in a second if I was sure that I didn't have anything. But because of the way there's no symptoms, there's no anything. Like, I love my grandparents. I'm not going to put them at that kind of risk because if I get sick, it sounds like I'm going to be at the very least in a better position than them to fight this.
Yep.
But if I go up there, it's like, it's so funny to watch everybody in our country just waggle around. Like, how many years did you hear these fucking millennials? Oh, we got to kill these fucking boomers. We need a purge. And then, like, the moment it comes out, they're like, no, my grandma could die.
Right. Oh, but I thought you wanted the boomers gone.
But I do, but just not my grandma. It's like the same thing when people bitch about racism. They're like, racism is never okay, and we should kill all racists. Like, okay, are you taking a gun to your grandpa? Like, everybody over a certain age is racist. Like, and I'm not even talking about, like, everybody's racist anyways. Like, that's just the reality of it. Everybody has racist tendencies. We have things that we battle through in our heads sometimes. That happens. But racism is one of those issues that is getting less and less as the years go on because more and more people are integrating and you're meeting more people. It's hard to be racist against a bunch of people that you interact with all the time and are friends with. That's why you hate third world countries. Because you've never been there. You've never met anybody there. You've never had fun there. I've partied my ass off in a bunch of awesome third world countries. Some of them don't even have running water. I would go back in a fucking second.
I'm sure if I went, I would have the time of my fucking life.
Oh, dude, and you would never find cheaper booze or drugs. I mean, you would have a fucking blast, and you would come back changed. Because that's what happens. The way to fight a lot of this shit is getting people out of their bubble. And I'm not just picking on you specifically, but I'm saying it's so funny to watch these hypocrites talk about how, oh, we need to kill all these old racist people, but then they don't want to fucking, the sickness comes and like, no, my grandma, and then they're taking fucking selfies, like you're saying, with their grandparents.
Yeah. After you've been out shopping and doing this, that, and the other thing, and running here, running there, and then you go to where your grandma is. Like, really?
Yeah.
Calm the fuck down.
Right.
Like,
It's fucking. It's absolutely.
It's one or
insane.
the other. You can't have it all. You can't keep living life like you were, and then bitch at everybody who's not quarantining, and then go hang out with your grandma after still living life like you were, running around shopping.
Right. I mean, you can try. It's probably not going to go very well.
No.
All
And
right.
I
Well, I got a plethora of other people to get to. Thank you so much for calling in, Matt. I'll have you up again, and you guys are doing the give a plug one more time. Let people know where they can get you.
Oh, Thursday nights at 7:30, we are on Twitch, Savage Thoughts Podcast.
What's the Twitch handle? Is that it? It's just Savage Thoughts Podcast?
Savage Thoughts? Yep.
Is it just Savage Thoughts or Savage Thoughts Podcast?
I think it should be Savage Thoughts Podcast.
Okay.
I believe. I mean, I don't think there's any other Savage Thoughts on there, to be honest. I think if you type in Savage Thoughts, you'll get us.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you so much for doing this, man. I really appreciate you calling in, and
it was fun.
have fun at the Steel Toe show tomorrow night, I guess, in your own fucking garage. So.
Gonna be interesting.
All right, buddy. Well, have a good one,
All
Matt.
right. Yep. Catch you later.
That was Matt from Savage Thoughts. He used to be on the Steel Toe show. Brought up a good point. Like, he's got some good. Like, I think a lot of what Matt talks about is his own. He's got limited range on how he thinks about things because he's here. He doesn't really go anywhere, and I think it's okay to admit that. Let's see. Mikey Two Milks just said Los Angeles County reported their first death of someone under 18 of SARS-2. Yeah. No, I mean that's how it is. That's going to start coming in more because, and we were talking about this either yesterday or the day before. Think of how many people are like diabetic and like how many people are not in good shape in this country because it's a lot of them, and those people they going down. So here we go. I got another special guest for us, my buddy Andrew. Let's see if he answers.
Hello?
Hello.
Who is this?
This is Corey Adam. You're on Corey Adam Live on Twitch. Huh?
What is Twitch?
It's a really fun place.
Is it like Dave and Buster's?
Yeah, it's like Dave and Buster's, but with less kids coughing on you, and all of the prizes are way worse.
Oh.
How are you doing, friend? How are you holding in there?
I'm doing okay. I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes on Friday.
Oh, happy quarantine for you. I hope you bought a lot of figs and nuts.
Is that what I'm supposed to be eating? Because I don't know.
They're like, hey, by the way, you have a
nutritionist
medical
hasn't gotten
condition
to me
that there'll be no medicine to cure.
So I was gonna run out.
Tell people who you are and what the show you run is.
Well, my name is Andy Brynildson.
You speak up a little bit. I can barely hear you, buddy. Are you like on speakerphone
Okay,
or something?
my name is Andy
There you go.
Brynildson. Yeah, thank you.
Tovar says hello, by the way.
Hi, Tovar. Let's see. I run a show called the Monday Night Comedy Show. It's a book showcase when the bar is open and not under quarantine. It's been going around.
What's
going
the
on
bar? Give the bar a
weekly
plug.
since. What?
What bar is that?
Oh, it's at Spring Street Tavern, which
There
is
you go.
355 Monroe Street Northeast in Minneapolis, just a few blocks from the Vegas Lounge off of Central.
I knew you had it in you to have a decent plug.
Thank you.
What are you how are you holding up, man? I know that show was some kind of lifeline for you. Like this has got to be real weird, right?
It really is. I don't like. I don't know. I guess I take it for granted, having done so many shows over the years, that sometimes you get annoyed. But now I don't know. You don't know what you got till it's gone. And now
That's the way they say it goes.
Yeah, right. On Mondays, I'm just kind of twiddling my thumbs. I've been dicking around on Facebook Live and making stupid videos, but even that's kind of lost its luster. Now I'm just checking my blood sugar and stabbing myself with insulin to
Did you
entertain
get that
the
sweet
masses.
needle kit?
I do, yeah.
Oh, dope. How many? So, does it still hurt? Are you still pissed at it every time you have to do it?
The finger pricks hurt every time. I don't think there's ever going to be a time when that doesn't hurt. And my fingertips have started to be angry at me because my doctor's making me test my blood 3 times a day for the first couple weeks, and the insulin actually doesn't hurt anymore because I'm stabbing it into my gut, and as you know, I'm morbidly obese, so
I wouldn't
just
say
stabbing
morbidly.
it into my fat
That's
doesn't hurt
your
anymore.
term. I would not say morbidly.
Okay.
You're like just for men,
Joyously.
touch of obese.
Just a touch. I got a hint of obesity.
Yeah, you got a real underwriting for some obesity. Are you
How are you-
quarantining or what are you doing during these times?
I am quarantining. I am working at home now. I'm one of the lucky few where the company I work for gave me a laptop and said go home and don't come back to the office until we say so.
And you were like,
So,
woohoo, porn terminal.
yeah, I mean it's a lot quieter, and I can work in my underwear.
Okay.
You know, that's the dream, I guess. But
Are you finding that like it's feeling numb or weird to be just disconnected from society on that level?
you know, Facebook helps a lot. I just
no
asked
one
a bunch
ever.
I asked a bunch of people because I want to start writing letters because this is, I don't know, I guess the quarantine has started everybody getting a little more creative than usual, just trying to pass the time. But I'm starting a letter and postcard writing campaign where if anybody wants to write and become pen pals with me, I will happily oblige and send them.
Isn't that a
nude
good way to get
pictures.
sick?
I assume so. I don't know. Yeah, I never really thought of it that way.
I
Are
mean,
you
I don't know.
sick?
You're just like, hey, I know we all can't touch each other, but send me some objects you've touched, and I'll send you some objects I've touched.
Well, I'm not going to send them, used Kleenex or anything. I'm
It
just
could be
going to
on
send
your
them.
hand.
Yeah, I suppose it could. What's the shelf life of COVID-19?
It's like 4 days on some surfaces. Cardboard is not that long though, so paper I think you're fine, but it stays
Okay.
alive on surfaces an alarming amount of time. Not that you needed something else to freak you out about SARS-2.
I suppose SARS-2, electric
That's
boogaloo.
yeah, fun fact. You can Google this. SARS-2 is its medical name.
What?
Yeah. China suppressed
it was-
that while they were trying to like make everybody not know what was going on. COVID-19 is a designation that they use to catalog them. Like SARS-1 is a COVID, and coronavirus is just a niche term that the World Health Organization came up with. But the actual, if you look up coronavirus, like just go to Wiki or wherever, the actual medical term is severe acute respiratory syndrome 2 or SARS-2.
Wow,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
There you go.
Thank you for teaching me that, Corey Adam.
I mean, it's not something that you should never forget, man. I proudly will call it SARS-2 forever because I'm not going to say China flu. That seems weird.
Oh, that's awful.
Well, for me, I don't get as offended as easily as other people. Like when I heard Trump go China flu over and over again, I was more mad that like if you're going to stoop to that level, you should at least make it funny. Like I've heard some people say Kung flu. That's objectively way funnier.
That actually is.
And
yeah.
I'm not saying that it's okay or any of that. I'm just saying it's just like you're going for the shock value, but you're not even putting the right. It's like some open micer bullshit. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to like tackle this topic, and if people on the left, if liberals didn't get so fucking mad at it, I don't even think he'd still be saying it. He's just doing it to get a rise out of people like a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
It's kind of the
he
worst.
is what he is.
But-
I'm not really offended by it either. I would never call it the Chinese flu. I think he's a national embarrassment. So
Yeah. Well, I think
don't
the real
encourage
thing
him.
is that we are a nation of embarrassments, and that's how he got elected. But I'm way
Indeed.
meaner than you.
that is true.
So yeah, is there any like date or anything you've heard floating around from Spring Street about when they plan to reopen?
No, I'm actually a member of the Spring Street staff.
Mhm.
Because I sometimes did door down there. So
Yeah,
for
shout
some
out to all
reason
the
they added
staff
me to
who
that
like
group.
everybody in the service industry got hit really hard with this. So I
Oh,
hope all of them
yeah, they're getting
are okay.
completely screwed. Hopefully they're all getting have applied for unemployment. So I guess they made it easier to get that. But no, I haven't heard a date. They a couple days after the quarantine really got started, there was a message that they were just cleaning out the kitchens for all the staff. And
Sure.
come get some food. It's going to go to waste. We want you to at least have food for a while.
Seems like that venue always has the back of its employees, though. It seems like the upper
I do,
management
yeah.
is really like in favor of the employees there.
For sure, absolutely. Yeah, there's
So no rumblings of when it goes back at all.
No. Nope.
Have you thought about doing like a Monday night on Zoom?
I think Ali Sultan has that all covered. I think his open mic on Mondays is really popular, and kind of has a waiting list to get on it. So,
But if it has a waiting list, that means we need more of them, right?
well, I guess, but I don't want to, steal his thunder.
You don't want to do it, is what you're really trying to say.
Well, I don't really know how, Corey. I can barely do
Okay.
Facebook Live.
Okay, that's fair. No, see, that's honesty. That's what I'm asking for here. Because I feel like you of all people, like your show, like you at home dressing in props and doing some of the gimmicks of your show from your house might be some of the funniest shit anybody could see.
Oh, well, I appreciate you saying that.
I mean, the gimmick shows are like, I like when I ran Willie's and stuff. I love a good gimmick, and like you could have like having you just crying in a fucking dress suit while you did a prom and nobody came. Like that's fucking hilarious.
I actually thought about filming me eating soup for a full half hour. On
Yeah,
Facebook
there you
Live.
go. See, shit like that. Be avant-garde. Now is the time to be bold, my friend.
Indeed. Well, maybe I'll rethink it. So Zoom is the way to go on that?
I don't know if Zoom is the way to go. I just know Zoom is the one everybody's using for those like multimedia ones.
Okay.
I have all of my presence built into Twitch, so I just went to Twitch because I've been Twitch streaming for years, and the radio show I'm on is also on Twitch, so it's like it was kind of a no-brainer for me to go here. But what I'm also doing is like, and you can do this too, is you record it, and then you can just throw it on the YouTube or the Facebook page, and then you're just generating content on multiple platforms.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody watching Corey Adam live on Twitch now, you can go to YouTube and see the past episodes that have been cataloged 2 episodes back. I don't want to brag, but I learned how to record them.
So are you being filmed now or just audio?
Yeah. It's a video. I've got a picture. I've got your profile picture up of you yelling at the MST3K guys.
Oh, okay.
Like I got some visual aids when I can, but for the most part, it's I've got a Logitech webcam. I've got a pretty awesome mic and a light setup, and I'm just sitting here, just like cool. You can go to YouTube and see exactly what I'm doing. But it's every night gets a little bit better because I figure out more and more what I'm trying to do.
Oh, that's good.
So there's that
production value, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so much production value as, like, for me, it was panhandling, right? Like, go to Corey Adam Comedy at Venmo, everybody. Donate. Like that, see? Go to Corey Adam Comedy at PayPal. Go to Corey Adam Comedy at Venmo. Or go to Corey Adam Comedy on Facebook and send me cash. That's how that works.
Do you have a Patreon account?
I have a Patreon account that I never, ever did anything with. Like, I got Corey Adam, and then, like, when Patreon first started, because I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then in my head, I had 4 or 5 different projects that I was going to do. And none of them materialized, as happens when you decide to work with other people. And so because they didn't materialize, I never got a chance. So, but I mean, the weird thing, like I keep talking about on here, and these people have heard me say it a million times now, is like, I had my calendar completely booked out. I lost probably $3,000 over all this. Mm-hmm. And my backup before I was a comic, I was a server. So I can't even go back to the profession I did before comedy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just fucked. So I have to sit here and I have to panhandle on the fucking curb of the internet with a fucking sign that says fucking ninja killed my family, need lessons for kung fu or whatever the fuck.
Well, it might work. I mean, are you getting any hits? Are people helping out?
Yeah, people are donating. The audience has been real generous. It's a lot of people from the radio show, and it's the support is really good. I mean, we're averaging 20 to 30 viewers every time we go live. So, I mean, it's catching on, but I mean, the most important thing is just the game's changed. You know, if you want to be a comedian, if you want to get comedy out there, the way you go about it has to change because the formula of stand-up just isn't like that anymore.
Yeah.
And that it's okay to recognize that and try to do something different. I mean, I realized that I had been on and off on radio for 3 years. So it's like, okay, why don't I try a live format radio show as best I can? And so, you know, I've been doing for the last 4 or 5 days, I've been doing 3 hours a night, just here we go. Because this is time that I would be at an open mic anyways.
True.
You know, so it's like you got to take the comedy time that you were spending in comedy and still put it into comedy, even if the way you're putting it in or how changes, it's still the time in because that's what the grind is, you know?
Yeah. Do you think when this is all said and done and everything's back to some semblance of normalcy, do you think it's just going to be like a renaissance of stand-up comedy? Like, you know?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know that there is a return to normalcy after this. I mean, I think once the once the curfews and stuff are lifted, and once we get past that, I think you're going to see a weird subconscious thread of people just like kind of uneasy to go out in public. And at that point, I mean, if it's 2 weeks, it'll get back quicker. But I think it's going to be longer than that. I think this lockdown is probably going to be closer to a month.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I mean, once you get used to just kind of staying at home, minimizing everything else in your life, like the money that you save is through the roof. So I think you're going to see a real drop-off of people, you know, coming out to comedy shows. I mean, there's going to be people that want to get out and laugh too. But, you know, then look at this. In Minnesota, we're basically smack dab in the summer, which has always been the shit season.
Yeah. It is hard to get people to stay inside
Right.
when it's nice, finally.
And I feel bad because I skip out on shit to go fucking jet skiing with Tovar or go fucking, you know, play at Valley Fair or something. Like, you got to soak in those good
Whoa,
days
whoa,
while you
whoa,
have
whoa. Tovar has a jet ski?
it. Tovar has access to a jet ski, kind of. It's not his jet
Cool.
ski.
Oh, well. Awesome.
But he has fixed it a couple of times, so they let him play on it sometimes, I guess. But
Nice.
yeah, I mean it's yeah, jet skis. Tovar corrected me. Jet skis. There are technically 2 of them and a jet boat and a pontoon.
I wish I had a discernible, marketable skill like Tovar. Damn
Right?
it.
No, that's exactly it. Like Tovar was the most prepared for this of any of us because he had a marketable skill.
Yeah.
Oh, he said 3 now. Okay, cool. There's been a jet ski added since last time I'm there. Cool. Now I feel
Oh, my
bad.
God.
Thanks, Andy. You made me feel bad.
Moving
I said
on
the
up.
jet boat, Tovar. Stop bragging. All right. Well, hang in there, man. Like you'll get through it, dude. We have to get through this. We have to bind together and figure it out. You know.
Yep, and I think it's going to bring us all closer together. I mean, friends are going to become tighter, and you know, acquaintances are going to become better friends over time. And
Sure.
we're just, like you said, we're all in this together. It's
All right. Tell people
It
where
is
they
what
can
it
get a
is.
hold of you if they want to get some Andrew Danger Brenelson in their life.
they can find me on Facebook. I've forgotten my LiveJournal password 10 years ago, so they can't find me there. Same with Friendster, MySpace. I think I still have access to that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you know, Facebook is probably the best way, or you can just email me, bernelson@gmail.com.
Or join his goddamn writing group.
Yeah, join my writing group and
Write him a postcard,
just
people.
private message me for your postcard, and I will send you instructions from there.
Ooh, it's so top secret. I like it.
It is.
It's pretty
It's
good.
just going to be, doodles of dicks and fart jokes.
Dicks
So,
and doodles.
Yep.
All right. Well, you take care, buddy. I hope Spring Street
You too.
opens up soon so that
Me
we
too.
all can get back to being a little bit normal, right?
Absolutely.
All right. You're awesome. That's Andrew Brenelson. Thank you so much for calling in. And he gone. Where is the other one? There was one other person that I had tonight, and I don't know if he's around or not, but let's get a little tag into him here. See what we can do. Boom and boom. I don't know if he's going to answer it or not. But it's ringing. It's still ringing.
Hello.
What up?
What up, man?
How are you? Greg Coleman II. You are live on Twitch, baby. How's that feel?
First time for everything. What up?
Yeah, right? How are you doing?
I'm all right, man.
Yeah,
Just,
you holding up?
Maintaining.
Okay. I feel like
Yeah,
you're one of the
what's going
people
on?
I know that's going to be fine in all this.
Why you say that?
Well, I just like you
Just
adapt
trying to-
pretty well. You're kind of laid back and you're not helpless human being.
Oh, yeah, man. Just ain't much we can do about it, so just do what we can do.
Tell the people who you are.
Tell the people who I am. I'm
Yeah.
a stone cold sex machine who's a shaft. Nah. Greg Coleman, Minneapolis comedian.
Where can they find you online? We have like 20
Where
to
can they
30
find me
viewers right
online?
now. Come on, just press yourself, man.
Oh,
This is
20 to
getting
30.
traction.
I need this going viral, baby. Say G Cole.
All right.
Twitter, IG, probably TikTok. I should probably TikTok. That's what I've been thinking. I'm like, damn it. I think I'm gonna have to start TikToking now.
I have TikTok, but I haven't created any TikToks. I think I'm still too hurt to move on from Vine. Like Vine was like an abusive relationship, and it still kind of has my heart, and I'm just scared to move on to TikTok because I feel like the memory of my dead lover will die with it.
Yeah, man, that lover's got to go. Peace out, Vine. I'm glad
Wow.
that shit's done with.
You're such a hostile human being sometimes.
I need a setup, man. Vine didn't give me give me time for setups.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you? Like, so, okay, you just do comedy, right? Like, that was your job as well?
Yeah, for the most part, I was doing some consulting.
Sure.
Which in like
How fun was
corporates
it
and
to
stuff
watch
like
your
that.
your fucking booking book get vaporized?
Oh man, that shit was like Thanos snapped it, fam. Like it was done.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy. I
It
keep telling
was-
people, like, my calendar went from being booked every week to looking like I never picked up the phone in January.
Yeah, like it's I'm trying to keep a cool head, but I lost about a $9,000 April.
Okay, first off, fuck you, because I've been on here bitching about
So-
losing a $3,000 April, so fuck you for that.
Hey,
Like, yeah, I mean,
I
it's,
have-
like I watched all of my bill money and all my money just vaporize, and it's like, what the fuck now, you know?
Yeah, that's that's the scary part. I mean, I'm all right just because, whatever my situation and saving and have a wife who, she
And your dad.
she's shit. I ain't seen nothing. They out buying houses and they got grandkids
Your dad,
now,
dude, you
so-
got to be writing your dad right now and be like, look, fam, I know you don't talk to me, but I need a respirator. Just got to have one
Nah,
in my
man,
house.
you gotta you gotta wait for that
I
right
guarantee
moment.
you your dad can go into the Viking facility and hook that shit up for you, dude. Like, if
He
you
ain't
ever
even
wanted to
here.
prove your love, you get a respirator in your house.
I said it ain't that serious. He's 80s Vikings. It's not these 2019.
Right, but they'll still let him
30
into the,
million.
like, shitty area where they keep the old respirators. Even an old one will work in this situation, dog.
He's like, let me get that Bug Grant respirator, please.
Yeah, let
the one you've
me
been
go
keeping,
back to the
Bug
skeleton of the Eden Prairie Center.
Grant. That shit's a lifetime now, isn't it? It's like Lifetime Kids.
I don't know. I don't go down there. Once the
Soccer
Vikings
center.
moved, it was dead to me. I'm just glad that I never have to hear Eden Prairie in the news ever again.
That's true.
So you've also
That's true.
been.
How you been?
What?
I said, I was just asking how you been, man.
Oh yeah, I've been. I don't know, man. It's been weird. It's been a weird fucking thing. I started this online radio show, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing it for 3 hours a night for the last 5 nights, gaining some traction and just like fucking. Cause like I don't know what else to do. Like my fallback was waiting tables. Like not only can I not tell dick jokes, but I can't serve people food either. It's like all I keep hearing is my fucking uncle I hate in my ears. Like should have stayed in college. Like fuck you.
Yeah, but that don't mean nothing because I know people who went to college, got master degrees, and they up shit's creek too.
Yeah, I mean it's really crazy, and I'm on here panhandling to people. Everybody here knows that they can donate money to Corey Adam Comedy on Venmo, or on PayPal, or on the Cash App, or right here on the bits in the channel.
Or yeah,
But I mean that's
Or
what it's come
Facebook
down to,
money.
because at this point it's how do you keep getting to be who you are? I mean I'm one of these people like you who clawed my way up. I mean both of us. I remember when you were starting to like you grind till you get to a point where you don't have to anymore. And
yeah.
I've been at the point where I don't have to anymore for a while, and I became a very comfortable person in that. And now I have to reawaken the grind, and it's not reawakening as fast as I thought it would.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is, but it's just different. You got to figure out how to do it because what our grind was 5-6 years ago is a different grind than what people have to do right now. So like young people who are starting out, they're like, oh shit, all right, cool. I know how to do this. I know how to do this internet stuff. I know how to gain traction. I know how to do it. So it's just learning how to use a different muscle. But that's the piece is just like the talking piece.
Yep.
It's like, all right, I got to keep the skill of being able to talk in a cadence. Like
Yeah.
that's going to
Well,
be the part
especially,
when
I mean-
this lifts up.
Yeah, especially just to connect with people and entertain them. I mean, this is, you know, this people keep going, oh, what are you going to do when it gets back to normal? Like, it might not get back to normal. It might have changed differently. Like this might be what comedy is now.
It for some places and some people it will be, and
I
for
just
some
think
people
even
it will
when
be
these like
good. For a lot
restrictions
of
on
people it will be
traveling and
horrible.
stuff are lifted, like nobody's going to be that eager to go outside.
Yeah, especially for like no matter what happens, we're gonna get through this. But like people are gonna learn how to replace funny. Like it's gonna turn from comedy to just funny,
Yeah.
right? Like so they're just gonna go look for their funny. Like diehard comedy fans are still gonna be there. Like, hey, we're happy that you're back.
Right.
But the people who fill the seats, you know, until you get a committed crowd like that papering, that ticketing crowd, those VIP crowds, like I'm not sure if they're going to come back because
Well, and think of
they
just
only
how
went
many
once.
bars are just not going to run comedy. I mean, there were tons of bars all over the country that were just, you know, maybe they weren't making a lot of money, but they were making like, you know, $50 a night by just having the comics there drinking or whatever, you know. But those places are
Yeah.
not going to be up and about, like, because like advertising that you have a giant public event, that's not going to be a selling point like it used to be for a while.
Yeah,
Because I think people are going to be more timid and they're going to be more scared and cautious about going forward, especially if, I mean, because I don't see this lasting 2 weeks. I bet we're all locked down for like a month probably.
yeah,
I mean, based on the way everything's going, you know. I mean, like our like we had fucking like 775 deaths yesterday. Like, I mean, 222. The total is 775. Like that's only going to go up exponentially, and that's all it's been doing.
yeah. And I mean, who the hell knows what it's going to take to kind of flatten that curve? Because like even like I'll consider myself I'm pretty responsible, but I've been outside every day.
Right.
You know, like I'm not running around and you know jumping in people's arms, but it's like I gotta find something to do. Like I'll go to the bodega, I'll go to the
I
grocery
don't know,
store.
man. I get weirded out when I'm indoors now, man. Like I swear to God, I walk into like a Target or anything, and like I just feel that recycled air, and I just like all of a sudden my lungs start burning, and I think I have a cough, but I don't know if it's from smoking or just because I'm there. It's very psychosemantic for me, and I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I'm betting it's probably from smoking, Corey.
I'm just hoping it's
But
lung cancer.
Yeah, right. Then you won't be in trouble either way.
Yeah.
Like it was natural causes, but yeah, man.
Lung
yeah,
cancer's
it's
never
crazy
killed
and
anybody.
Right?
Uh,
It's like you gotta figure out how to work it, man. Like it's different. Everybody has different breaking points. So like I'm fine now, but who knows what happens in 2 weeks? You know, like
Yeah.
I finally got off that thing of like, hey, maybe I shouldn't go to sleep at 5 a.m. every night. I was like, my goal. Let me
have you been
lay
like,
in
yeah,
bed
because
by
I actually have been talking about it like where tomorrow or maybe even Friday, or what's tomorrow, Wednesday? God, they all just blend together. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
Thursday, or Friday, like I'm going to start in and maybe start doing Insanity again or just doing some kind of regiment to get normal, you know?
Yeah.
Because like I think
Yeah,
that's the thing that's really like interesting that's not being talked about at all is, you know, one of the things that like really fucks with you is not being in shape, and how many people are able to keep their shape when they're locked inside. I mean, you could do it, but how many people, if you're not going to the gym, you don't work out? That's a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. And then like it's starting to sort of get nice. And you know how it is out here. Like as soon as we see sunshine, we're like, screw it, we outside. Like I live right in front of the St. Anthony and Main Bridge, like right in front of it. Like yesterday, that sun was out, everybody was out. Like you couldn't tell
Are they
that
at
it was
least
a
maintaining
lockdown
space?
situation. I mean, you can, but at some point, like everyone's not tiptoeing. Like
Yeah.
they're walking the bridge like normal. Like
Right.
yeah,
If
they
somebody
look around
coughs,
left
they're
and right.
walking through it, and it's just staying in the air for the next person running through.
Right, like everybody, like no one's like walking 6 feet away from their partner. You know, like people are still like the groups might be smaller. Like I was thinking about this. I was like, shit, we could just call our friends and just everybody meet on the bridge because like they don't shut this down.
Yeah.
I was like, we could honestly just, hey, everybody bring some booze out and let's meet on the bridge and just kind of party that way because I mean, essentially, it's the same movement, it's the same amount of people that are on the bridge, but like. Is it a crime? that I know these 10 people, or is it just a coincidence that all these 10 people are here? Like, we can all pick a park bench.
Well, and just wait till being
have a
outside
party.
is a crime. Like, they're literally going to figure out a way to make felons out of people that are just outside. That's what's going to happen.
Dude, they're already doing it. Like in Lebanon, my
No,
wife
I know.
was
They're not
telling
doing
me.
it here, but it's going to happen here. It's going to happen.
Yeah, like you get charged for being outside after 11 with murder. Like that's the charge. Like not trespassing. It's murder if you get caught outside of Lebanon right now.
I mean, that's fucking, like, I got to look at, like, the Lebanon. Hold on. Let me grab my coronavirus counter. I want to see if Lebanon's on here. Yeah, Lebanon. Lebanon has 318 cases with 4 deaths.
Yeah.
That's like, and they're just going into what everybody else was. So I mean, like they're just trying to lock people down to get over it. They're doing what our government probably should have done a month ago, honestly, but nobody would have accepted it then.
Obama might have, but you know.
Well, I think that's actually a decent point in the fact, and I've been saying this, is I think a lot of the reason that a lot of this is happening is because Trump doesn't have a lot of trust with people. Like people in like positions where, you know, they look at the president, like even if you didn't like Obama, there was a sense that like he knew what he was doing as far as doing the job.
Yeah, and at least just kind of being a bit more comforting and at least having those relationships.
And having
Like,
the ability to
the
talk
fa-
in front of a
the
crowd.
fact that, right, like the fact that it started in China, and they ain't going to be open. They're not going to be open to sharing everything with Trump.
No,
'cause
man, that's
he's
why
sitting here
I
talking
keep
shit.
telling people, like I don't trust any of those numbers coming out of China. They lied about the disease. They lied about curing it. They suppressed the numbers. They did all this shit, and now we're supposed to look at their numbers and act like it means anything? Like, look at Italy. Those numbers mean something. That's a government that's reporting their fucking numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just, yeah, man, I don't know. It's a crazy situation. And it's like you could have written this a movie. Be
Oh,
like, yo,
they already
yeah,
did, man.
sorry.
The strain. Outbreak.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, these
But
like,
just like everything, like this shit's a Simpsons episode.
oh, dude.
Like it is. Like, hey, we're gonna have a plague and a reality
Yeah.
television president and figure it out.
And just think of like how many people hated George W. Bush when he was president. Like how many of those people would just give their left fucking testicle to have him back right now?
Bruh. Like
It's crazy.
it speaks volumes to the cool that Bush had.
Well,
compared
that's
to
the thing
Trump.
about Bush, that people, like, I really think that if they think about it, they're like, man, we did him dirty. Because people were talking about him as, like, the devil. And it gets worse. And this is the thing that scares me the most about Trump. It's not Trump. It's the fact that he set this precedent that we don't need prerequisites to be the president, which means the next two people, I mean, this is idiocracy. We've seen this before.
Yeah, there are no qualifications. It's just be born here.
Yeah, be rich and be a
And he took
celebrity.
that away.
Sorry, being rich. I forgot the being rich part. That's a prereq so far.
Yeah, but it's basically Joe Dirt is our president right now.
Yeah, pretty crazy. All right, well, you take care, man. Thank you so much. Tell the people one more time where to get a hold of you.
Say G Cole on Instagram and Twitter.
Is that album out yet?
Yeah. I got 2 locked and loaded player.
Wait, what? You just released 2? You made 2 at the same time? You got 2 out of those recordings?
Yeah.
Dope.
Well, that
when do those
that
come
one
out?
was for stems and fillers. So
Oh, okay.
I should have the final mastering, but I just got to do all the leg work and
Yeah, the editing,
get the
and all that
artwork
shit.
and all that stuff situated. So I'm gonna take a little bit of time seeing how we got it right now. So try to maybe space them out in April and May, or maybe just do a 2-for-1, or just try to figure out what's the best way to go about it.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks for calling in, man. And you stay safe out there, man. It's so good. It's good that you're doing all right.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. I'll hit you up soon.
All right, sounds good, buddy. Later.
Peace.
That was Greg Coleman, Minneapolis comic, buddy of mine, good friend. We have gone so much today that I don't even know. I think it might be time for a Tovar piss break. Where's Tovar? Wait, I gotta get his picture though. I keep it? I didn't even keep his show picture. What? I'm fucking dropping on this, and then we'll do some news stuff, and then we'll probably call it that, I guess. Yeah. So far, so good. Let's see here. Let's go over here. Whoops. Bloop. 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 Here we go.
Hey, buddy.
Let's see. Oh, we'll go with that one. I like that one way better anyways. Oops,
I'm gonna turn
no.
this shit down real quick.
You're all good, man. I got a second. I'm getting the...
Oh, are you? What are you doing? Oh, I saw you like lost my picture or whatever. You deleted
No,
it.
I deleted. So like what I've been doing is I put everybody up here on the page just by a profile picture or something that I get of them off the internet. So
Yeah.
all right, hey,
Stock
Tovar,
photo. Yeah.
this is your time to shine.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You talk to the people. I'll be right back.
Oh, what's going on, Matt? Hi, people. I actually got this pulled up on my TV now, so I can read comments easier while I chit chat with people. So this is nice. Nice. What's going on, Matt? Matt's going to be on my one-on-one Wednesdays on Instagram next Wednesday, and tune in for that at 6 p.m. Central Time. Tomorrow, though, you can check my first episode ever, my first time trying this online business on Instagram. We're going to be launching it. It's going to be Tovar's Wednesday one-on-ones this week with Alex Jaffe. He's a Minneapolis comedian. We're going to be just talking to him about, what it's like preparing for our new lives, what it's like mourning our old lives, and just trying to laugh about it all, I guess. What's going on, Mike? What's a good word today? It's a lot of good guests on tonight. I'm wondering how many more shows of Corey I can watch before I can't take 3 more hours of Corey every night. That's not true. I actually really like this show. It's pretty informative. Spent all day today learning software so I could do Facebook live shows and have callers. That's a lot of stuff to learn. I'm a 40-year-old dude. I thought I was done trying to be technologically smart. I actually went through my Xbox for Twitch. It was like the easiest way for me to pull it up. Yeah, 3 hours of Corey. I just like to keep up to date and like make sure that I'm like keeping up for when I come into the show. Even though I'm pretty sure I know what I want to talk about tonight. This whole ridiculousness of Trump thinking that we're going to go back to work after April, after Easter. This is nuts. Tovi time. Yeah, guys, welcome to the show. Welcome. I'm glad you guys are tuning in. I'm glad that you guys think that I'm at least a little bit insightful, I guess. I still got a big list of stuff to go through. I mean, everything's so uncertain right now. The stock market actually, it's. I think so too. It's political posturing. I think these people don't realize that in 2 weeks, most of them are going to be really sick, and votes are going to be harder to muster. And I think everything that they're doing, they don't. I said this today on my Facebook. I think it's like a wounded animal that doesn't know that it's dead yet. It's just running through the woods trying to ignore the bullet wound. Oh, they have the Xbox. That's funny. You gotta switch with them. Are you done pissing? I hear Corey mustering. Oh yeah, all right. AR-10 or AR-15? I don't know. Whichever one works, I guess.
Let's go to
probably an AR-15.
Wait, did I fuck that up? I fucked that up.
Probably an AK. Whatever's cheapest. It's the apocalypse, man. People don't have money for you know what I recommend for gun, really, for home defense? You need a good, decent 12 gauge and a good, decent handgun. If you got 2 of those, you're usually all right.
A what gauge?
12 gauge. 12 gauge.
20 gauge.
20 gauges are good. I like
20
20
gauge
gauges for home
buckshot,
defense.
and then the smallest hand pistol you're comfortable with. I suggest the 6.7.
Yeah. Well, and all of that is because you're not trying to, especially because you live in a duplex. You're not trying to put holes in your neighbor's wall.
Says who? I don't like Rob.
Click, clack, pow.
What up, Tovar? Welcome. I am done peeing. That was so good.
Yeah, it's got to be. You look forward to me just for that reason. I know.
I what?
You look forward to me just for that reason.
I mean, it's not the
sweet,
only reason,
sweet
but it
relief.
is in the top 5.
Top 3.
Yeah. We're going to be redoing all this shit because it's hard to interact with. But
I like it. I'm glad you moved it over the text over to the bottom of your
yeah, this was kind of just
video
strung
bubble or
together
whatever?
because I was fucking with some other stuff. So I will get this fixed to something different tomorrow. I honestly just was dealing with everything, and I wanted to just make sure that it was cool. But that alert noise volume is weird because I like the alert like notification, but I don't like how loud it is. So like, watch if I turn it back
Exactly.
on, which I just
It
will.
gets
it's-
really freaking loud. Yeah.
yeah,
No,
and I mean, I even like I turned it off on here, but it just doesn't even matter. It's weird.
that's weird. That there's no settings in there where you can kind of adjust the.
Well, there's
the
supposed to
volume
be. So on the
quality, or-
mixer, there's something called Alert Box, which is supposed to be able to take care of that, but it's not doing
yeah.
that. Is the problem?
Because I like the idea that it kind of chimes and lets people know when you're getting a new thing or, when someone's doing something nice for you, But, yeah, it shouldn't be that loud that it's interrupting the show. I agree.
Tovar, tell the people where they can get a hold of you once it starts.
Once what starts? The apocalypse? The impending, once the
Yeah,
electricity
where are
gets
you
down?
going to be hiding out in the apocalypse so we can all meet up with you and take all your rations?
I don't know, man. That's top secret. Actually, what's funny is I probably have like 3 or 4 different places I could go. People sort of love me. I think they realize that my value in a society where we would have to be getting the fuck out of Dodge, I'm pretty valuable.
Yeah, but that should piss you off, because isn't that like comics only calling you to fix your car all over again?
No. What's really funny is that for years comics were like, if there's ever an apocalypse, dude, I want to be in your posse, I want to be in your brigade or whatever. And like now that all this shit has hit the fan, like very few of those people have reached back out to me to see what I'm doing.
Really?
Yeah. I keep waiting for my like minions to come forth so I can tell them like what to gather for me, and nothing.
Nothing. They don't give a fuck.
No, but I mean, I have an airplane hangar in Wisconsin that I'm like keeping on the ready. It's like close to like river, like a river. So like if I had to fish and stuff, I'd be all right.
You're a man with plans. We know that
Yeah,
about
man.
you.
Yeah, I got some plans. I got some irons in the fire. It sucks having to make those decisions. Like I started making those plans like 2 weeks ago. It was like the first thing I started thinking of, because like I think we talked about this before. I think one of my bigger fears, more so than the virus, is the stock market. And right now it's juggling. This is actually what I wanted to talk about. The subject that I wanted to bring up today is
Was the stock market coming back?
well, just the stock market coming back and just what they're willing to do in order to get the stock market back. It's crazy the rhetoric that they're starting to use.
Well, I actually had that queued up as one of the news stories today, but
Awesome.
I
I'm
actually
glad.
here's the thing. I'll go. You know what? Let's go over some news. You and I. We'll go over
Yeah,
the
yeah,
news. I
Yeah,
actually like. It's kind of funny because I actually had this in there. Is that today it went up 2,000,
Yes.
which is a record-setting amount.
Yeah.
Which is what happens after you have it fall a record-setting amount.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's what's going to happen. And the thing is it's volleying a little bit, but this isn't going to help. I said this today, and I'll say it a little bit earlier when I first got on while you're in the pisser, but I'll say it for you again. It's like a wounded animal that doesn't know it's dead yet.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And the longer it takes for it to learn that, the more damage it's going to do to everybody. And this
we
whole
also
idea.
have another link for coronavirus that somebody shared in here. I forget who it was,
Okay.
but one of the people in the feed. This one's actually kind of a little bit better than the one Dave gave us, as far as it's constantly being updated, which is nice.
Well, like the color's better, so.
Yeah, the
it's got that
colors are
going
better.
for
I
it.
find it a little bit harder to navigate. I like the just straight up index system of the other one.
Plus, I do like the
There's also
opportunity
something
to
really
besmirch
weird and like
Dave.
menacing about the color scheme.
Yeah, kill the poor. Yeah, Matt Dorma, you're absolutely right. Kill the freaking poor, man. Like, what they're willing to do right now, just to keep the stock market from tanking, is atrocious, man. It's gross. And one of the things I wanted to talk to Corey about tonight is like, what are we gonna do if after April they're like, we don't care if you kill your grandparents, go back to work? Like, that's fucking crazy.
Well, that's what they're gonna do, though. I mean, like, what's
Yeah.
gonna happen is we're gonna like Easter's gonna come and here's the thing. Let's here I'll just I had all this shit on here, right? So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
here was the first thing that I had. Whoa. Okay, let's be done with that for now, and we'll roll this up. Okay, so right here.
Yeah.
I hate that fucking ad. What the fuck? There we go. Okay, so right
Go
here
to
we have
meeting.
Trump says it's just CNN's fucking
Yeah,
bullshit
yeah,
page.
yeah. I know. Fucking
Trump
bullshit.
says he wants the country open and just raring to go by Easter, right?
Raring.
The thing that's interesting about this is that he has a huge demographic of followers that are Christian. And so I think that there's something very significant about opening it up for Easter, having families be able to gather again during Easter. But like you and I have been saying, I don't think this is going to be 2 weeks.
No, not even close. And furthermore, like, why is he trying to destroy his base like that? He's just killing off the people that are going to vote for him in November. I don't understand this.
I think he just doesn't even think of it like that.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But it's like, yeah, I mean, the whole thing is I think that they have to keep. I don't think it's going to be 3 months. I just don't believe that. I think that.
No. 3 years minimum, dude.
No, it's not 3 years minimum. Now you're just doom and gloom. You just want to do fucking tutorials of how to cook beans on a campfire, you fucking doomsday guy.
That's coming.
Yeah, is it? hard to watch YouTube tutorials when there's no fucking internet or electricity, bro.
Yeah, I know how to start a campfire, though. I got gasoline and lighters.
Yeah, that's true. I don't need a lot of that stuff, but whatever. I'll still use it.
Yeah.
I can
That's
make
one
fire.
of the things that
I can make
stocked up
fire
on,
with
actually,
wood.
is
I'm one of the
lighters.
few people that can do that.
I bought a shitload of lighters, and I also bought a shitload of propane tanks for my torch.
I also am very proficient at chopping trees, so fire's
This
actually
I
pretty
know.
easy to me.
People don't know this, but one of the ways that Corey and I grew together, or learned about each other, is I had a tree fall down on my house when I lived in Rochester, and he came and lumberjacked that motherfucker for me.
Well, that prick wouldn't even let us use that chainsaw. We could have had it done in an hour.
My next door neighbor, yeah.
Dick
Shout out
bag.
to Scotty.
What a fucking asshole.
You guys
that
are
guy.
you guys are in the AMC's
No,
and
you
old
can't
classic
have my
spirits.
chainsaw. It's not a toy. Well, you know what else is not a toy? This fucking tree that fell near this house.
So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do after April if they tell you that you can go back to the comedy clubs? Are you gonna do it, or are you gonna be like, fuck that?
Yeah, I have to.
You have to.
I have to. There's no, I have to make a living.
Yeah.
And, what am I going to do? They say I can go back in April. I had a week on the books at Acme in April. Am I not going to go to Acme? Of course not.
Yeah. Are you gonna mask? Are you gonna mask up? Or are you gonna be like the masked comedian?
I don't know. We'll play it by ear.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping I'd already have it by now, to be honest.
Oh, you just your exposure so far would have meant that you got it.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
that was my goal. I wanted to be patient like 4 when there's still beds.
Well, right. Well, April it's gonna be bad. That's what I don't understand.
Or
Like, there's
equals
no way
Paul
that he
Bunyan.
can.
Fuck you,
I don't
Dharma.
think there's any way that he sticks to those guns. I think that the closer it gets to April, the higher that death rate's going to claim, and nobody's going to want to go outside.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that death rate is absolutely bananas. I mean, where's the, here. Whoop.
We're 2 weeks away from putting up death numbers the size of Italy's, you know?
Well, we already kind of are if you look at the graph. I mean, we're actually ahead of them for where they were at this point in time.
Yes, correct. Way ahead, not way ahead of them, but significantly ahead of them.
No,
I would say.
it's way ahead. It's by a
okay.
lot. I mean,
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
think
we're
of
gonna
this
crush those
for
numbers.
cases, they're at 69,000. We're at
Is Australia on that list?
We're at 54,000, dude.
Oh yeah, they are. They got 7 deaths already. Okay. Yeah, Australia's kind of fucked because they're recovering from that fire and they don't got any money.
Yeah, but I don't know. We're gonna be fucked, dude. Just because all
No, we
the
are.
people that have lung issues or diabetes or all that kind of shit.
No, and I think was that Dave that brought that up the other day when he was talking about how much more obesity we have here and how many more. I guess not
Yes.
more smokers.
Yeah, I
than we
think it
have
was
than-
Dave.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad, man.
Yeah, it's not.
I know friends, and I know friends that it's really close to them. People in their family have it, and they have they shouldn't be anywhere around people with corona, and they just keep putting themselves at risk.
Right. Don't put me at risk. Donate. Corey Adam Comedy at Venmo. Corey Adam Comedy at PayPal. Corey Adam Comedy. Bits given here. There. See, I did it.
Yeah, there you go.
And I got the
Actually-
notification on, so if somebody gives something right now, it'll make those obnoxious noises again just because you're on the phone.
If you guys want to drop contaminated currency off at his house, hit me up after the show, and I'll give you his address.
That's fine. Leave it in the mailbox. I got Lysol. I don't give a fuck.
Dude, what do you
Max
think of
says,
that vacuum
wear a
sealed
custom
money?
mask with a mustache. Yeah, I should. I should get a surgical
Oh, that is
mask with a
actually really
mustache.
cool.
What I really want to do is I want to get a Bane mask that actually works as a ventilator.
Ooh, they got to make those. They have to make those.
Do you feel like you are in control? Or wait, I gotta do this. You merely adopted the sauce too. I was born in it.
It's not a good look for you on camera, bud.
I don't give a shit. You know what I'll do?
Yeah.
Fix it. Here. Oh, I got this, bitch. Check this out. This is how it's going now. Bane. It's such a fun voice to do for no reason at all.
Yeah, it's just such a silly voice. Anybody can do it. It's like you just like, kind of hold your breath while you talk.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew this.
Wait, is that true?
Mustache mask. Do they make like mustache bandanas? You just put that on.
A mustache bandana?
Yeah. The
Sure.
bandana with a mustache on. I'm sure they do.
Yeah, you think that's a thing? All right, you ready? You ready? Here's a better look. You ready?
Yes.
Tovar, I hear you have tips for the listeners. I remember when I had a tip. Just the tip.
Dude, that looks like it would be uncomfortable as hell after about 45 minutes,
Yes, it's very uncomfortable. But if I take it off, I'm in extreme pain.
man. Does he get like a strip of your head that like stinks because you just don't wash it enough?
This releases an anesthetic agent that helps me not focus on the steel rods shoved up my ass. Look at how serious my eyebrows are. Yes.
What does Bane
I'm
think
in
about
pain.
the coming
Bane.
economy collapse?
It's lovely. I was trying to collapse your company years ago.
No time to panic. Yeah, I'm not panicked. I'm just kind of curious, like...
When is the time to panic? Can we talk about
yeah.
that? I'm so sick of all these motherfuckers like, oh, now it's not a time to panic. Yeah, but if I
Soon.
wait till the time to panic, isn't it too late?
Too late, yeah. No, I don't know about panicking, but I'm definitely preparing like a motherfucker. And I'm not panic. I just want to know, like, how far are they going to take this game of Corona Chicken? Like, they're clearly not going to make people work when the death tolls are climbing. I don't think that that's a thing.
I mean, they clearly are if people that are working for Frito-Lays are necessities.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Like, there's people that sell coffee. Coffee is necessity. So, like, basically, like, everybody that works at a gas station is a mandatory worker. Think about that.
Yeah. In 2 weeks, they're all going to be sick.
Right, and they're all going to be getting everybody else sick. And like you said, the trucking industry, that's not going to just snap right back on.
No, the trucking industry, when they start to fall, we are fucked.
Yeah.
Because the trucking industry, those guys are all overweight smokers that hang out in lobbies all fucking day, man. They're gonna get sick hard. And we've already had like, there's so many overlooked things that we haven't even thought of, like them not being able to get food once the restaurant's closed and shit.
Well, I mean, and just
Brats
think
and
of like what the
Doritos.
thing that I keep thinking at, and the thing that I keep reflecting on is, like, even if you're ordering out food and stuff, like, think of all the shit coming to your house that's contaminated.
Yeah, we talked about that last night.
Everything.
Yeah.
I mean, like, have you been outside? When's the last time you were outside your house?
We went to Audrey's shop yesterday,
Okay.
but I mean, it was like for 30 minutes.
Okay.
And it was just to like collect all of the stuff so we could ship stuff from the house.
I don't think I've cracked that door open since Monday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is the first.
But I also,
No, maybe
I don't have an income right now. I have to panhandle, so I couldn't go do stuff even if I wanted to anyways.
Yeah. Well, it's getting to be like, I mean, I shut down my business Sunday. So like my last real day of working, I think was Friday. That was my last real day in public was last Friday.
Sure.
And we did some, I guess we did some some supply hunting during the weekend or whatever. But like, I go out with safety glasses and gloves, and we talked about that too. Like, I am the person that everyone looks weird because I don't give a shit what people think of me.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I went when I went to the grocery store. It's face mask, rubber gloves.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm like sanitizing the rubber gloves before I pull them off. Then I sanitize my hands.
Mm-hmm. So what's your okay? We got to get rolling. I got news stories to get to here.
Yeah.
What are your tips for tonight?
So,
Tovar's nightly tips. Yeah.
Let's talk about one about field journals because we talked about learning stuff yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So like today I want to talk about field journals, and that's just learning to keep something on you at all times and getting used to just having a book on you.
A
that
field
has
journal.
yes.
Who cares about a journal? That seems like a really stupid thing to care about in the apocalypse.
You might think so, but I mean, you can write really important things down in there that the phone isn't going to have when the phone turns off. You know, and all of these things that you're learning, like things about gardening, about like making traps and foraging for like edible plants, like we were talking about yesterday. It's really handy to write all of those things that you're learning down in something that you can keep with you at all times.
Okay.
So that if for whatever reason you're out in your car and you can't get back to your house, you have that there with you. You know, you're not just stuck somewhere with nothing. You have a base that you can start with. You know, and that can include like important addresses for family members that you can keep in there. Anything important that you'd want to write down for like your health or like your dietary needs or whatever that you might want to put in there. It can list as a whole bunch of stuff that can be really handy for you.
Oh shit! Oh shit! You hear that?
What?
Yeah, wrinkly balls on your mom. Just followed us, baby.
Yeah.
And that party music. I turned the party music back up. I turned it off for a bit, but now I'm kind of liking it again. I'm going to figure out how to change the levels on that, but I like it. And I like when it comes out of nowhere. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, it's just to let people know that when they're supporting your page. And honestly, I think like if you get the levels right, it'll encourage more people to do it because they hear it and they're like, oh, yeah, I can do this.
Right.
You know. Yeah, but journals, man, like just being able to write down some stuff that you're going to be able to take with you wherever you go. And I started one like 2 weeks ago. You know, I started writing down like edible plants and like making little drawings as best as I could of what stuff would look like.
So everybody else is busy panicking and you're just writing in a diary?
Yeah, pretty much. Well,
okay.
I'm also panicking. I'm buying food and whatnot.
I'm also panicking.
I just panic different. Well, and my whole idea is that like, I don't know how bad this is going to get, but I want to make sure that I can frickin' eat. You know, I want to make sure that I can get to my family's house if I need to. I want to make sure that I can get to those bug out shelters if I need to. You know, so like I can write, I can take a map and like write down routes that I need to take so that like if I get disconnected from those maps, I always have that journal on me, you know.
Sure. Did you go get maps today?
We have a world atlas with has Minnesota in it. So.
Mikey keeps donating one bit at a time so the noise doesn't stop. I appreciate that, but it's also a dick move. I don't know how to chastise you for that and not also praise you for that. So thanks for being a dick, I guess, Mikey. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
You should have Troll of the Week, dude.
Dude, I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah. Only
thanks to Freaky Deaky for the subscribing at Tier 1. That's super awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, shit. Oh.
Yeah, I got someone gifted me a subscription. That was really nice of them. You have the best fans, Corey Adam. You have the best listeners.
I was honestly, I think Mikey put it in here, but you know, he hit it on the head. I was very fortunate enough to be like just indoctrinated into the Steel Toe fans, and these people are they're really good people, and they really, I mean, the amount of help I've seen over Venmo is just crazy to me. I mean, I was not expecting any of that. I mean, I would have done this for free, but I'm so glad that like, you know, people are on the side, like Corey Adam Comedy at Venmo. I mean, it's
I like that. Matt Dorma said rubber gloves and a scarf. I kind of like that idea. It's a little bit thicker than a bandana.
Yeah, he's got that soccer scarf too. His was a soccer scarf, I guarantee it. Yeah. I mean, the main thing is that you
doesn't look as cool.
Well, but the main thing is that you literally just have to like take your hands and just sanitize them or wash them every time you touch something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one of the things that so did you see that article that I posted on yesterday about the cruise ship was living for 17 days after they got everybody off the ship?
I didn't know that. Cheeseburger Pie just gifted Brain Dead Redhead a sub, so that's super Redhead. Awesome.
Nice.
So this is getting crazy. We have animated emotes too. So I got to talk to Aaron and find out who helped him with those. But I'm gonna, as long as you keep doing a segment here, I'm gonna get a little emoji of Tovar because there's already one from me floating around from the Steel Toe show.
Oh, do it.
But yeah, there's like a little. I mean, here I'll show you.
I have a Bitmoji of me. I can probably send you and see what you can do with it.
There I don't know if that's the me. I mean, like there's a bunch of them
from
the Steel Toe show there.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I've seen people posting that before.
There we go. But
Yeah,
I
do
think
me.
it's not going to be as bad as you think it's going to be, but I think it is going to be bad.
I think until they find a vaccine, it's going to be bad, and I don't think that it's going to be 18 months before we have a vaccine, because rarely do drug trials ever work on the first try.
Yeah, that's probably fair, I guess.
And I don't think, here's the deal, I don't think that we're going to be stuck inside the whole 18 months. I think that we'll get like a couple weeks out in the summer, maybe a month out in the summer or whatever, and then once it starts to be fall, we're all going to have to go back inside for the winter. But it's going to be the dance for at least a year or two before they figure this shit out,
Sure.
And if they do decide to push everyone back to work, then fuck, man. You're looking at like 6 civil wars with the dead people.
All right. Well, I mean, that's fucking terrible. I'm going to Tovar, thank you so much. Your tip this week is a journal. I think it's my least favorite tip of yours, if I'm honest.
Oh, that's fine. I got a whole list full of more of them, so.
Well, I'm sure you'll top yourself at being a monster.
At being a monster.
Dear diary,
maybe tomorrow we'll talk
today's
about
shit
finances.
sucked again.
Maybe tomorrow we'll talk about finances and like how to go through your shit and figure out what you need and what you can live without.
Yeah, too bad the time to sell your collectibles was 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Well, thank you for. We're gonna hit the news stories quick after I'm done. I'm gonna cut you loose for that.
Thank you.
We do have a jingle because we have a sponsor coming up, so you may want to log back in so you can hear that because we're gonna go
I'm
word
watching
from
you
our
right now.
sponsor.
Just real quickly, guys.
Yep.
Make sure to come check out my first Instagram show tomorrow. One-on-ones with Tovar. Friday, I'm doing Friday with Friends on Facebook, and then I'm doing a news update on Monday here on Twitch.
Okay, wait. So one's on Instagram, one's on Facebook, one's on Twitch.
Yeah, my Facebook is Stephen Tovar. My Instagram is Stephen Tovar79, and my Twitch is Tovarius_79. And I'll
streamline that, man.
Yeah, I'll post all that. Yeah, you know what? Not everybody can be a genius and just put them all as one name. I get it.
You could. Stephen
I
Tovar
could.
comedy. I guarantee you, it's everywhere.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Or just like Tavarius Survival or whatever. But just you need to come up with one and then just rebrand all of them so you don't have to give like this. When I'm telling people to donate to me on Venmo, I could say Corey Adam
It's the
Comedy.
same Corey Adam Comedy.
But that's
yeah.
also the Twitch, the YouTube, the Facebook, like it's everything. Instagram, everything.
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
For testing times, Tovar's tips for testing times. I like that.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like that one a lot. Who
Tovar's
came up?
tips
Mikey?
for
Was that
testing.
Mikey's? That's pretty
Mikey.
good.
Yeah, that's not bad. Tovar Crowbar. Matt, that was actually one of my nicknames in high school, you prick.
Tovar the Crowbar. Good old Tovar the Crowbar. Good old Crovey. Crovey.
Crovey.
Crovey.
I hate you so much.
Crovey. Crovey, the grocery store doesn't have any more Dasani, Crovey.
All right, I'm leaving now. I'm excited for news on this.
Crovey.
Goodbye.
Crovey, you can't go yet. I didn't hang up on you.
Oh, is
Don't
that
do
what
it,
we're waiting
Crovey.
for?
You'll regret it.
I'll regret it.
How about Crovey comedy? I bet that's still around.
Crovey comedy?
Yeah,
I bet it
Crovey.
is. Crovey.
Crovey,
Ah,
I want
damn
some
it.
Dasanis.
It might have just been coined.
Why
right
isn't
now.
one of your tips on how to score some Dasanis?
I'm gonna hit you with a Crovey bar.
No, you're not. I'm not going to answer the door. Crovey. Hey, do me a favor. Does this sound like a Twitch call interrupting and hanging up? All right, that was Tovar, everybody. And now we actually, this is. I'm kind of excited about this. We're gonna put this one up here. Oh, I got to do my social media. I'm not even gonna fill this one out because nobody cares. But we have a word from our sponsors. You can go to Cream of Jeans Studios to find out more of our sponsors. But here's one right now.
Tony's oversized stainless steel butt plugs. Please don't put them in your animals. Tony's oversized stainless steel butt plugs. Please don't put them in your animals.
You know what? I'm doing this right now. Fuck this. Hi. Hi, what's up? Hello? Hello?
No piss breaks allowed. What are you doing?
I'm not doing a piss break. I'm getting a word from our sponsor. Why are you calling? What do you want?
Well, I was trying to call you during your break so you wouldn't be so mad.
That wasn't a break. It was a word from our sponsor. You're costing me money. Yeah, that's right. Ah, god damn it. Everything's the worst. And we're back. Tony's butt plugs. Please don't put them in your animals. Let's touch on a little bit of news before we rock on out of here, shall we? Yeah. We can do that. Let's see. We're gonna go rapid fire on the news. Oh god, I hit McAfee. I hate this shit. I got to install McAfee, uninstall it. It's fucking gross. It's garbage. I hate it. Let's go now to the news, shall we? All right. Trump says that Easter is when he wants everything to go. So no matter what happens, this guy's just going to be like, it's Easter or we die. All right, cool. Dow posted record gains. We watched that. That was pretty cool. Here's a story about it, I guess.
Look at the market there, closing a better than 11% green back on the board. Stocks surging on hopes.
Look at how terrible that woman's dress is. What is that? Renaissance ruffles? And this guy just seems like he's alarmed. It's pretty great.
Of a $2 trillion stimulus package. I'm Melissa Francis. Hey, Connell.
Hey there, Melissa and Connell McShane. Welcome, everybody, to After the Bell. Boy, we've had down days like this, but today we have the largest up day, at least in point terms, in the history of the Dow Jones Industrial Average, up more than 2,000
It's just
points.
weird. Does it
Now,
seem like every time it moves lately, it's a record?
Which is
It's either
nothing to
record
sneeze
down
at
or
either.
record
The
up.
best day ever for the Dow was a 15% gain. A lot to talk about. Team coverage of all our top stories with Lauren Simon.
Wait. He said that was a record, but the highest gain was 15. All right, fuck you. I'm out. Let's go to Pablo Escobar's cocaine hippos may be restoring Colombia's ecosystem. This I found specifically hilarious. These cocaine hippos, which everybody was pissed off at a while ago because they were wreaking havoc on everything, now they're coming back and saying that they might actually help. Pretty great. Let's take a look.
Could actually be doing some good. That positive press is.
This is something really funny that you never really get people to own up on. This was a huge outrage when it happened, and it was fucking gross. So pretty great.
Pablo Escobar's cocaine hippos could actually be doing some good. That positive press is quite a departure from the animal's typical coverage. Generally, scientists talk about the environmental damage the roughly 80 to 100 animals, which are descendants of the 4 kept at the late drug kingpin's private zoo in Colombia, are causing. The University of Massachusetts Amherst reports that a team of scientists says the ever-growing population could actually be valuable in restoring some important ecological traits and functions that have been lost for thousands of years. One of those researchers noted the feral hippos in South America are similar in diet and body size to extinct giant llamas. So while hippos don't perfectly replace any one extinct species, they...
Did you catch that? They're helping the system because they emulate llamas. Hippo? Llama? Nature don't give a fuck. It's just a giant animal there chipping in and helping out. That's fucking great.
They restore parts of important ecologies across several species.
All right, that's just pretty great. And then this one was another great one that I laughed at quite a bit. Man told to turn down music, chased neighbor with a sword. Nobody cares about your ass. Get fucked. Look at that dude. It's pretty great. Fucking. Oh, these commercials are just the worst. Aren't they just the worst? All content now. Emperor Cusco. Matt, stop trying to promote your own shit here, goddammit. You can promote when you call in. Contribute or don't promote.
Obsolete system.
What? That's not even. I hate this shit. New Hampshire. A man accused of grabbing a 2.5-foot-long sword and chasing after another man who asked him to turn down his music. Police in Manchester, New Hampshire said. A man knocked on the door. Benjamin Leyland, 47. On Monday, police said Leyland reportedly became upset and grabbed the sword. He allegedly chased the man down the hall, police said. The man got away and there were no injuries. So He just threatened the dude. He didn't really do anything, right? Like, who cares? That's not even a thing. And then let's see what else we got. This is a good article. I'm not going to actually go over it again. Reason is a great thing that I really enjoy, as all of you know. As the libertarian that I am, I like that. But this is a really interesting article that I would urge everybody to read. And this talks about how don't let the COVID restrictions become permanent. People are super excited to give away their rights when they think that they're doing something to help or something is in their best interest. But the problem is, once your rights get taken away, they rarely get restored. So that's part of the problem here. But it's not, I don't know, it's interesting because it's not necessarily what it is, but the reactions to the emergency should be lifted as soon as possible. And they talk about all that, but they just aren't. So that's something to watch out for, because of the fact that as people go on and on more and more about getting this together, this crisis, you can watch as people tell you what is going to happen, how they intend to help you, and all that stuff. But the reality is that's just not the way it goes down a lot of the times. I mean, the moment that you could have like those restrictions lifted, they're not going to do it. Look at the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act was designed to help limit and find the terrorist forces behind 9/11. That's what like the whole scare tactic of it was. Jesus Christ. No, Richard, you're not calling in again. Jesus fucking Christ. Knock it off. Restarted. People are so fucking needy. Oh, I just need to be on this show. I need it. I just need it. No. No. No, thank you. Yeah, but so, read over that. It's a pretty long article. There is a video at the bottom that you can watch, but read through it. I guess it's not that long. It's actually pretty standard, but it's got a lot of really good points that are linked in to other stuff. Like they link back and forth between a bunch of their different stuff that they do. So, I mean, that's kind of cool to look at and use as a tool. Yeah. Other than that, we're approaching the 3-hour mark, which means I'm done. Thank you so much for all of this. We'll probably be back tomorrow. I think I might go dark on Thursday, just out of respect of like the Savage Thoughts and the Steel Toe show. Just because if they're going to be doing that on that night, I don't want to try to compete with that. I might still though. I don't fucking know. Maybe I'll go on later. You know what it is? I'll probably stream Witcher. While they're doing that, I will stream Witcher. That's what I will do on Thursday. And I'll probably stream Witcher tonight. I know I keep saying that I'm going to, Mikey, but tonight's the night, baby. I can feel it. But thank you to everybody watching. Thanks to everybody that called in. Thanks to everybody that supported, everybody that donated to Venmo at Corey Adam Comedy. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody that hit me up on PayPal. I appreciate that too. Thanks to everybody that just put the bits in. And if you don't do that, I still appreciate you coming by and watching this. I don't really know what this show is going to be. I know that this background we used up here, let's like there, and all of here. It's so weird. It's located here. All of this shit around here. I know most of that stuff is going to be gone. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, I am going to be playing Witcher 3. I've never played Witcher 3. I played Witcher 1 and I hated it. I never touched Witcher 2 and I never touched Witcher 3. But as part of the end of days doom and gloom, I went and picked up Witcher 3. So that's the thing. Oh my God. Oh, that's Mikey. We will call Mikey. You know what? We will call Mikey. Mikey can call because he has been promised. Mikey Two Milks has been promised this fucking shit, man. Let's do it. Boom. Yeah, okay. You know what? We're going to go a little bit over because we're going to talk to Mikey.
Okay.
Are you here?
I'm here.
Are you in? You are. I just was yelling at somebody for calling in, and then you called in.
I know, that's why I called in.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're so fucking lucky. I love you. Like I'm dead serious. Like I was about to go fucking heyday on some shit, but you're so lucky that I love you, buddy.
it's a good show, bud.
Yeah, did you have fun so far?
Yeah, you're doing good. I'm proud of you. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Good
we're getting
note.
better. What do you think of that background? It's kind of okay, but it needs to be fixed. It's better, but it needs more work.
Yeah. I mean, if you can drag and slide some of that shit around, you can make it work. Like, put your picture on the
Yeah,
left
but there's a
and the
bunch of
white
different
side.
themes. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to grab a better theme. This was just kind of one that I did because I didn't like that other one. And I'm pretty mad about the alert volume.
Yeah, that's pretty loud.
Yeah.
It's fun, though, once you figure out that you can use it to...
Interrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
mute
watched
whoever's
it.
talking.
I specifically liked your little nugget of two 1 bits here and there. Again, not belittling you for donating a bit. I really appreciate it, but I definitely saw the malicious intent of the ding, 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 ding.
Agent of Chaos.
You are an agent of chaos. Are you going to be up for a little while?
I will.
All right, let me regroup and we will play some fucking Witcher. It's happening tonight. And then if I get hooked on it, maybe we'll fucking play it the whole time. So, thank you for
Told you it's
calling
good.
in. You're a real big piece of trash.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. That was Mikey Two Milks, good friend of mine, piece of shit. I love what an absolute bastard that man is. It just cracks me up because he did that literally to troll me. So, and now I'm getting messages. Jesus Christ, like fucking. Is Richard butthurt? You know what? Hold on. Let's call Richard back. He seems butthurt. All right. You know what? Here, we'll call him back, and then we'll give you some extra content. Let's do it. Here we go. Hi. Hello. There's no sound. Just fucking this up. Hello? Hello? Richard, I can't hear you, man. I'm going to have to cut you loose. All right. Well, nothing I can do about it now, right? That's our show. Thank you guys so much. Witcher tonight, tomorrow, every day after. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for supporting me and supporting this channel. Don't forget Corey Adam Comedy at Venmo, at PayPal. Any of that stuff helps. Thank you so much for the extra 50 bits. I mean, it just, like, it's been overwhelming how much support I got, especially from the Steel Toe family. So, sorry, Richard. I tried. What do you want from me? Should we answer it? What do you guys think? You guys decide. Press F to answer it. I'll hang out here. I was just about to roll the music. There you go. Yeah, get those bits going. I'm going to leave them here ring until you tell me what to do. This is a choose our own adventure. F. All right, fine. Here we go. Hi. Oh, and he hung up. Let's call him back. Yeah, right? Hi. Hello? There's nothing. Yeah, okay. We're done. We're done trying. We're done with all that. We're even going to X out of Facebook so he can't even call us back because it ain't even going to register. That's how we roll. Thank you guys so much. Again, this is Corey Adam live on Twitch. I might name it something else eventually. I might not. I haven't really decided. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming out, supporting the show. It really it means a lot to me. And I can't thank you guys enough for the love and support that you have blasted me with. I know we don't like to talk love and support shit because that shit's bad, but you know, it is what it is. So, I mean, you guys make this go. Thank you so much. Don't forget that these clips will be available on YouTube as well, or if you're a subscriber, they're available in the archive. Corey Adam Comedy at Venmo. Anything you can give helps. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for everything else. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, and then we'll see what Thursday holds as far as any of that's concerned. You guys have a great night.
To our town, the microphone upon his hip. Supper fools, and he never took no lip.